But yeah, this Meepo is going to be splitting experience with the Chen. So I think we're going to see Kuroki, in particular, moving away from the lane a lot as the Chen. You have to give Meepo levels.
Looking at the other side lane up top, mind control tied, backed up by GH against Notail and Ana. Is this is a lane where Ana's going to be able to get some space to farm, or can Liquid really amp up the pressure on a Spectre early on?
I think Ana's going to be able to farm up here just fine. They could set up some kills onto Notail, but onto Ana, I don't think you can kill a Spectre with a Rubik and a Tidehunter. You can prevent some farm though, right? This is the damage reduction lane. Fade Bolt as well as Anchor Smash will be a little annoying, but this is what Helden Tide does. This is why he's picked so often.
He runs the heroes down.
Yeah, he just secures the lane pretty nicely for
refreshing the spirit here, nearly getting GH. Single-handedly just beating these two far, far away from Ana, so Ana's got all the space in the world.
Yeah.
Let's have a look on the mid lane. CS 7 for 3, Thompson at the moment against the 4 for 0. I guess what expected, Tiny's going to have this advantage?
Yeah, would definitely think so. It's also very easy to always play aggressive as the Tiny too, because your Avalanche removes 6 of those instances of refraction whenever he does get the levels up on Miracle. Just gotta make sure you don't need too many side blades this Thompson, because you are very low armor, of course.
Again, I mean, Notail. He's going to take quite a bit of damage in response this time with the guts of the Anchor Smash. Trying to run away with the tanker. He's going to look for the neutral creep tonight. Not going to get it. GH able to get that first blood, taking down Notail. As Notail, for the most part, still able to do his job with regards to pushing them away from Ana. But obviously wants to make sure that he doesn't feed himself away too many times. Otherwise, that is when you are going to see that dual lane up top, get the levels, and then have the better chance of forcing that Spectre out of the lane.
It's his job, though. I think a death like that for Notail, it's forgivable. Sure, you don't want it to happen, but he's owned them. Like you were saying, Ana's able to get all the last hits. He's 11-1 when it's only 7-2 Tidehunter. So it's all about the space. And we look at OG's draft. They're about the late game. You look at Liquid's draft, they're very early game centric. They want to be snowballing the game, getting Rose control, and just ending the game before it gets too late on. Because OG's, if it gets to the late game, you can assume that they're going to be able to take it very easily with that Spectre. Yeah,
when OG's having such a good time in some of these matchups, they're going to be very, very happy. The mid lane continuing to be very much in Thompson's favor. 15 for 8 against the 9 for 0. Miracle is going to look to fight back. Thompson getting rather low. Miracle looking for the angle. Oh, he does find the angle, but it isn't quite enough damage. Thompson will be able to walk away.
He's going to have to TP to base, though. That's pretty huge there. Miracle, after having a pretty rough start in the laning phase, 8 denies on the Tiny, pushes him out. Thompson getting a bit too over-aggressive there. So we see Weehaw is going to be hitting this level 3, level 4. Kuroki has absolutely been moving away from the lane a lot to ensure that the Meepo gets that extra experience. And he's grabbing his creeps. He's actually grabbing the Ogre Frostmates this time just for the armor. 15 armor on Meepo to soak some of that bullying that comes out from Seb as well as Jarex. But they're glyphing the wave, and they want to continue this pressure.
Farm between Seb and Wee, very even at the moment. So they're both getting something good out of this lane. Still the best position on the map happens to be Ana's up top. The Spectre leading the way in CS. The duo lane was not able to do enough to break past Notail and slow Ana's early game down.
Thompson will not get the rune, but the rune will spawn bottom, and Jarex is already there waiting for it. So yeah, I mean, we hop down bottom. He's just gonna farm really well, actually, even though the Enchantress tends to be able to bully most heroes with the Ransack in combination with this armor. Like, his main Meepo is sitting at like 17 armor when he's away from the tower, of course. So how do you harass 17 armor when he's also healing off hitting creeps? So definitely an interesting approach coming out here from Liquid.
Thompson back in the lane. Definitely with that a good bit of time the Miracle got with Thompson having to head back to base. The even trader farm is there, and of course Miracle as the TA will be able to turn towards the jungle camps, ancient camps, and get those sort of guaranteed item timings unless OG's able to really invade Liquid's half of the map and get in his face.
Bounty runes in 10. Team's preparing for those. Thompson making his way down bottom to fill up his bottle as well.
They grab back. He's always on the cliff.
He doesn't have a TP.
He doesn't have a TP. Notail.
He's got to watch the runes get taken right in front of him.
Oh, he's going to be stuck up here for a little bit of time. His only way down, really, a TP delivery. And it's not going to come for a while.
No,
he has some on the courier, but of course Thompson's got to take priority.
Now they're going to shift Jarex up top. He actually was jungling as the Pugna when he got the Arcane Rune, so level 3, pretty decent levels on this Pugna to come up top and try to help Ana a little bit. And Ana already has Soul Ring, so he's got his farming item already finished up on the Spectre. But they will be able to pressure him a little bit now as GH, though, steps up a bit too far.
Get the dagger in, or Jarex moving forward. GH brought down low. Jarex needs one more blast to connect, and there it is. GH is brought out. As soon as N0tail's out of action on that top lane and on the cliff, they bring Jerax in and are able to make sure that that lane really does continue to go the favor of OG. And the time and space is created for the Courier to get out, get N0tail his TP, so he's back in action.
And he's going to double stack. So he got some time wasted for himself on that Elder Titan, but gets 2 stacks up for his team to be able to farm up. And he's going to get that extra gold as well from that stack.
Yeah, and OG just really made the best out of what could have been a bit of an awkward situation.
Yep.
With OG potentially having Ana be supportless on that lane for a minute. Group back up, OG making full efficiency of the shrine. And that bottom lane, Weehaw.
It's the most important one to look at.
He's getting the farm. He's able to turn into the jungle a little bit as well. In fact, with the poofs, he's keeping Seb low. Seb, he's going to be able to run away with that heal, but has to be careful as that magical poof gets leveled up.
He's committing forward again, actually, onto Seb. Fakes out those poofs. Seb will be forced to pop one of the fairy fires just in case. Weehaw, this is, I mean, it's a really interesting approach, right? I mean, KuroKy is literally just giving this Meepo pretty much full experience down bottom, and it's giving him good opportunities to pressure Seb. Pressure an Enchantress, which you usually do not see.
And they might see if they can get the setup again as Seb gets blocked in here. Will steal the creeper KuroKy, but the control's there from Weehaw. Fairy fire pop Seb. He's going to have to heal back up in a second. So once more, will be able to keep himself out of vision behind the tree. Pop the heal, Weeha's going to try. Now he's going to hold it off. He knows he's not got the damage to do so. Back up top, Liquid. Getting in close and personal with N0tail.
I wonder if that was a bit of a misclick bottom, right? KuroKy actually divide favored the Meepo that was right next to him. Back to... I think he was trying to pull... I don't know. It looked like he was trying to pull GH or somebody else bottom to go for the Enchantress, but he ended up pulling the Meepo that was right next to him. So a little bit of wasted time there for the divine favor on that first gank, but yeah, they do get N0tail up top.
Still overall a very close laning phase. A 1k advantage at the moment for Liquid, just 2 for 1. As there's no one really getting heavily zoned out of their lane. All the cores finding farm in this early game.
Yeah, I guess my control may be the slight one, but he's just right behind Seb anyway, so barely any advantage for the Enchantress. But now Seb, he's trying to get it, get some pressure on.
Making sure that Weehaw cannot sort of be left to his own devices inside of the jungle.
It's a neat way of like approaching the dynamic, right? They're like, okay, Enchantress is gonna suffer a little bit here, but then Jerax, you're actually the one that can pressure towers. So now we have a Pugna that's farming bottom and taking the tier 1 as a support.
And Thompson was able to get in and grab the regen room, but Miracle, he's got backup. GH is there. Thompson, he cannot escape these twos. GH is able to block him off. He may have got the rune, but it will cost him his life. There's no further backup from OG prepared for that contest of the rune that Liquid knew was absolutely going to happen. Thompson was going to go hunting for that 8-minute rune every time.
And they actually like double protected the mid lane too with sentries just to be able to watch out for their side traps from the TA, but not up toward the rune. Those are the ones that are really going to punish the movements when you aren't able to have those sentries placed down pretty much everywhere.
Correct. He's ready to smash some fools with the double Hellbears, taking them up towards the top, set up there onto mind control, instantly crack the shells off the sleep, but it doesn't matter. The damage output from Thompson will take mind control out of the lane. Successful rotation from Thompson. We'll see if he can make anything more happen with this. Kuro still around in the neighborhood. Thompson, again, it's another one. GH, here's another combo. It's another kill. Thompson, with these moves that he's so well known for, he knows exactly when he can leave that mid lane, head elsewhere, and make so much happen in favor of OG as he'll slowly chase down Kuro. Sep will be there to steal the kill, but Thompson's pressure and movements at 9 minutes in, getting 3 kills for OG.
And he kills the Chen creeps as well, and he keeps the regen on, so he can go make another move. We've seen Thompson do this a lot of times.
Thompson.
Yep, when he plays the Tiny, he just gets super active. Look at Seb as well. They know that they just need to get active around the map and then just give space to Spectre.
He's trying to play the number game here, seeing if he has the damage output to bring down Jerax, but in fact it's Jerax that brings Weehaw. At least one of the Meepos incredibly low. We'll be able to get into the trees and poof back to safety, back towards mid. Thompson starting to dive in towards Miracle. He has the meld, no detection on the front lines from OG. So Miracle will be able to back away. Also GH and Kuro by his side in case the dive came in, but OG they'll hold off. Look for the 10-minute rune. Thompson's going to be able to grab it again. Double damage this time.
Oh my god.
You've got to watch out for the plays he's looking to make.
You can't let him get all these power runes. We saw what he's been able to do in the group stages when he just starts taking over runes, and it's starting to happen. Sure, Liquid, they're still looking good with their farm, but they want to be more ahead. They're all about that early game-centric draft, and Thompson's starting to move around.
There's nothing more terrifying than a Thompson Tiny coming to look for a high five. GH has to run. It's going to come over, and Thompson knows that He has dove as far as he can, or has he? Still looking at an opportunity to get in on GH as he'll look to cut down the trees. He's going to find the avalanche. Thompson, he persists. He continues the chase. He sees the opportunity. And he's just getting so much done. This Tiny just can't stop killing people.
And he's going mid again, and they're already pressuring the tower with the siege creep here, while Ana just continues to farm up top. Ana does not have, he does actually have mana for the Haunt if he does use the Soul Ring.
Another Ravage in mid. Mind Control's going to come in with a quick setup onto Jax. A meld hit from Miracle will do the job. Now they look for the body blocks onto Seb. Smash there from the Hellbear. Liquid will punish OG. Getting themselves those 2 kills as the rest of OG sort of try and follow in the footsteps of Thompson with their aggression. Doesn't work out as well for those two.
They bring a lot of attention, though. Weeha's still able to farm the jungle for the side of Liquid, but a lot of attention's been brought onto that mid tower, and it's pretty much dead. It's down to 150 HP. But OG losing a bit more than they probably wanted to there as Mind Control getting that nice Ravage. But Ana, that's the big one to look at, right? He's gotten the Soul Ring. He's now got the Midas finished up as well. He is low, though. Weeha might actually be able to set up for this here.
Even with the one charge, he won't have enough for a Horn or any way to escape as we are from the trees. He's got the catch. Ana, has he got the movement speed? He has, in fact. He's going to be able to separate himself. They're trying to go for it, but they just don't have enough duration on that lockdown. He'll be able to walk away from what looked like potentially a guaranteed kill.
And that would have been such a clutch one, too, right? It was right when the Midas was coming out. Thompson getting a bit deep here, getting surrounded. Has the phase boots win lace, but will be slowed up.
Yeah, Miracle with the wrap round. Thompson, his reign on Liquid's half of the map finally put to an end.
They are literally just running around trying to set up kills and just make space for the Spectre. But now Seb also a bit far up, and he's getting surrounded.
They're trying to keep this aggression up. Seb just gets burst down by the heavy damage output of Liquid's heroes. He cannot continue to play this aggressive, overestimating his safety with that heal, but it doesn't matter if there's the burst online. And at this point, 12 minutes in, with Liquid having the numbers, they can easily take the edge out of the game and put pressure onto the tier 1 tower. We'll see a TP in from Thompson. He's ready to try and help hold. A stop setup onto GH will be there, but still with the stolen avalanche, he'll keep Thompson and Notel at bay.
Big 2 moves there by Liquid. This is how they want to play. They want to be setting the tempo, setting the pace with their draft, getting that big early advantage, and then they can go into the Roche pit and force OG to fight them when they have this late game type of draft with the Spectre. OG doubling down to make sure they protect their mid tower too. Just all about this map control and keeping themselves farmed up. It's really going to be that name of the game. Is OG's going to try to farm, gank as well, and just let the Spectre get that late game insurance. Seb actually had a Midas queued up as well, and he switched. He's starting to realize it's not just like the magical damage that was hurting or anything. It's the physical burst from all the armor reduction. That meld plus the gush, it's too much for him to handle. He's going Ghost Scepter first time. So really needing and really wanting to emphasize that he can actually survive a single combo. But there's still a lot of magic damage also on Liquid.
It pretty much what saves him from every hero apart from the Meepo.
Yeah.
The Weeha Meepo is still going to be a big threat for Seb. But even with it, like that was going to be the case anyway, right? Yeah. It's not like it makes this situation worse. If he was caught out by the Meepo now, he'd probably die anyway. So having that Ghost Scepter against the other heroes on Liquid's lineup will certainly give him a chance to get the heal off, walk away, and buy time for the rest of OG to come in and keep the fight going.
Miracle, level 12. This is a very high level TA with a lot of farm right now, almost at the top of the net worth in the game. And yet level 12 in comparison to Thompson, who has been running around. As you expect, he will be starting to get behind the level.
See if he's got the duration of control with these roots. One more will be out, but there's the backup. Notel, he's able to set up a beautiful sleep onto the 3 of them. Jax and Thompson here as well. They'll look to burst him. He cannot escape with the avalanche from Thompson. He's held down. The rest of Liquid trying to abuse the fact that Seb's alone, but this time Seb will be able to walk away. The most they'll get out of it is that mid tier 1 towers. Miracle keeps pushing on.
And there's one of the examples why ET can be so good versus Meepos. You're always going to be getting some situations where you get multi-heroes, multi-Meepo stomps and setting up for a counter gank. And even Jerax down bottom, Ana was low. They don't want Ana to go back to base. Jerax actually drains pretty much all of his health pool with the life drain to heal up Ana so he can keep that map presence.
I mean, you can definitely feel that timer. Ana, Midas, 1,700 gold on his way towards the Relic and Radiance. They've got to keep the pressure on, and they have now got that Desolator done on Miracle. We've seen already the physical damage output they can offer, and here we have it again. Goodbye, Seb. back to the base with you, as Liquid can now make these moves, take these tier 1s, and even start to think about going for tier 2s very early on with this Chen, Deso, TA combination.
Even go for sneaking a Roche. They could even just send the Chen creeps with the TA, easy Roshan. Or the same thing with the Meepo. They have a lot of different options that Liquid can do in order to just sneak these very strong objectives for them that they need in this game. They want to keep the snowball going. 3K advantage, very good for Liquid right now, but they got to keep it up. They don't want to slow down in this game at all. Do not let OG back up and farm.
This is their window. This time before the Radiance, they have to take as much as they can from the map.
Seb, turning up top, trying to get that creep aggro off the tower.
Also going to see Notel start to head over. We'll get a few wards down for the vision, and back in mid, Thompson was pushing out the wave. Weehaw was ready to make the jump.
Thompson.
Can he get himself out? The avalanche, buying him time to get into the trees. The next route will miss, but that one will connect as Weehaw. Has he got the damage?
He sure does.
Weehaw now starting to get the kills, and again, top lane Seb, he just gets run down by this combination of the Tide and the TA. Notel's disabled as they'll pick him up, toss him down. Miracle's just starting to walk around with the group, get these kills after kills. They really are playing the exact pace they need to, Liquid, as they now stand at a 4K gold lead, and they're getting these early objectives.
And they're running directly to the pit. They just got all these kills on the map. They know everyone's going to be respawning, but they should be able to kill this way too fast for the side of OG to respawn, but they are going to be respawning. Let's see if they can actually make it there, as also a full Ethereal Blade now finished up for the Meepo.
Now we're going to see, when Weehaw tries to go for these kills, he's going to get them every time. There's not going to be that sort of delay, that requirement for him to hit every net. They're going to get destroyed in the first combo that the Meepo comes out with.
This is exactly how they needed to play the draft so far, and they've gotten away with that. They just need to keep that advantage pushing. Ana, about 200 gold from the Relic.
It's closing.
Still a ways
the
away
timer
from
is still ticking.
Yep.
It's mid lane. Thompson jumped upon. Jarax is there. Can offer the heal to keep him safe, as well as Notel throwing out a stop. Holds Liquid back. Liquid, they're not ones to stop the pressure they're putting on. They'll stand tall here as they push on towards this tier 2 tower.
And I love how they can do this. They send Meepo bottom, they send Weehaw down there. He can set up to defend the tower, and he can just poof back in. Or even if they send another hero bottom, they can Divine Favor and bring that hero also back.
You've got to watch for mind control. That Blink and Ravage available. He's looking for an opportunity to set something up. Anytime he feels that he can get in with a Ravage, he'll go for it. In fact, they're going to try and fight with the Haunt here. And straight away, Ana comes into the mid mind control. He has the Ravage ready. The Terrors are all 5 of them, and now they can just run OG's hero down one by one. Thompson tries to turn with the avalanche, but the mech is popped. Ana and Thompson are dead. They do lose Miracle for this effort, as well as Weeha's Aegis getting taken the once. See if they can go for it a second time. No, he had the main Meepo out in the jungle, so he's easily safe and back out off the back of the respawn. A 2 for 2, well, a 2 for 1.5 with Aegis being burnt.
5-man Ravage, though, coming in. I don't think he didn't even get the blink off. He just walked in and
just walked in
every single one.
It was a bit of an awkward start there, really, from OG. They were going in with this Haunt. Ana ends up being on the front lines. And that really was, I think, the easiest Ravage the mind controls had to pop.
I think they underestimated how tanky the side of Liquid really is when they have this mech finished up, as well as a Hand of God up from Kuroki. We see they go in with the Haunt, but everything just gets popped pretty much right away after that Ravage, and they're all full health. I think the fight there for OG, what they're trying to do is they don't have the Radiance ready, but if they're able to do decent in that fight, and if Ana is able to actually survive the fight, he gets full Radiance and the fight explodes.
And we saw a bit more context, right? He was trying to get himself away from Weehaw down bottom. So he was sort of forced to make the Haunt play. Whoever he jumps on in the mid lane, that sort of fight's going to happen. So Ana was sort of just stuck in a very hard place in terms of the moves that he can make.
Absolutely. And we see the wards by Liquid. This is just an emphasis of how fast they want to be playing in this game. They put 3 wards watching behind this tier 2 mid. They want to really press the issue and try to close the game out with this advantage. If they can keep this advantage going, it's going to be great for them.
Everything so far on the checklist of what Liquid needs to do has been ticked. 13-7, 6K lead, both Weehaw and Miracle hitting those timings. They have the farm, 10K advantage.
And you see them immediately group up, go back to the mid lane. Even if they don't have Ravage just yet, they're still just trying to set up and push the base down, push as hard as they can, take all the objectives, close the map from OG. As you see Meepo, Weehaw, he's constantly on the prowl, looking for Ana, looking for the Spectre in the side lanes.
See Ana, he knows he's got to be careful, showing he's so close to having the Radiance. And at a time where Haunt is about to be back online, he's got to try and get it done, but a beautiful net into the trees there. Is going to hold him back, cancel the TP. Should still have the chance of running away with the dagger. I mean, I say that Weehar's continuing to another route. Weehar, he's hitting them every single time. He's held him down. The dagger is there, but there's the E-blade. Weehar continues to play around with Ana, and they'll drag him back. GH is there with a follow-up. A beautiful play from Weehar. This is why this man's Meepo is absolutely terrifying. Yeah, thanks, Ana. I could have gone with absolutely perfect as well.
You could have gone right. Oh, that was good.
I mean, he hit them every single time, blind into the trees. That's a dead Ana. And at the most important time, he was so close to his Radiance. He had the Horn available, but he's out the game again. Liquid continuing to do everything right.
Yep. This Meepo pick is really seeming to be amazing for them as it just puts too much pressure on the map. They were able to push as a group unit, get these towers down, but also the Meepo can address the split push, address the late game that OG's trying to take it to. He can constantly pick up those sides. 14-7, 8K lead, 6K experience advantage as well. And immediately, they're knocking on the front door.
This is the scary bit for OG as they sort of ask themselves, are they going to go high ground? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Deso, BKB, no reason for Liquid to start to slow down at this point. OG will turn up in their numbers.
Radiance is done. OG might look to go for taking the fight. So the backline can be very squishy versus Radiance, but they have mech. They have level 2 Hand of God for Kuroki as well. And so a lot of heal can come in.
This is the point where even though they have that 8K lead, you gotta be careful. You lose one fight whilst ahead against the Spectre and his Radiance, that's when the comeback can begin.
Absolutely. But they do have BKB on Miracle. They have a lot of these big items that allows them to go for aggressive plays.
Seps is going to buy him a little bit of time. The stolen dagger for GH is going to get chucked down upon him. GH trying to offer him the heals. No tell with the stomp from the high ground. Is able to disable Miracle's TA. Make sure that he cannot continue to commit onto Seb, and Seb will be kept safe. As Liquid still continue to sort of dance around the outskirts of OG. Wait to see an opportunity to go in, but they know they've got to be careful. And OG, they'll smoke up. They themselves know they can get something good going with that Spectre Horn. The smoke was spotted out by the warding. So they know that OG's up to something, Liquid, and they're trying to sort of bait at the moment. Have Miracle on the front, see who reveals themselves. For now, it's just Seb.
Both sides look like they're kind of baiting, right? Seb's like, come at me. My team's on the right, you know this, but I know your team's on the left. So both teams kind of playing with each other there. Popping the south now, trying to force Miracle to go in further.
And another meld hit off him. Whoa. Seb's got to be careful. He's got the Ghost Scepter, but Mind Control jumps in Gush. Used to help slow Seb down. Still needs that second meld hit again to save Cherax with the Decrepify. Stops Miracle from being able to get another touch in onto Seb. Seb will be fine. Thompson on the high ground with that Invis rune, maybe able to set up a toss back. Miracle is going to receive a bit of damage from the Avalanche. Trying to bait out a BKB potentially, but Miracle keeps his cool. Relies on the refraction alone.
Still very tanky. 1680 HP. Thompson looking to want to go back in though. He has the blink available.
Seb a little low, but the Nature's Attendants will make quick work of getting him back up to full HP. And OG, they are certainly starting to push Liquid back off their half of the map. Thompson's going to look for the quick combo on GH, but a Glimmer Cape's available. They still have the vision with the sentry down for a toss. GH, he's able to back off and get away. The Haunt now being used. They want to try and utilize this radius to get the kills. They'll get the support of GH. Can they get any of the bigger cores? It doesn't look like it for now. The rest of Liquid able to safely get out of there. And now Liquid, they can work with in mind that there's no Haunt Radiance. It was used only for GH. This is a good window where Liquid can get back to doing what they just were, especially with the Blink Dagger being finished on Miracle.
OG definitely wanted to get more out of that one there, but Liquid too quick to disengage. And that Glimmer, just every little thing buying some time for them to get out before that Spectre Haunt is able to catch more in the back lines.
I mean, and you could see that was exactly how Liquid was playing there. Yeah. That whole sort of movement and sort of hesitating to go in. They were just waiting for that Haunt. OG, they finally felt forced to try and make something happen with it, and it wasn't good enough. Liquid still able to keep this stronghold.
Both teams were definitely toying with each other a little bit there on the initiation. Both teams had good vision of each other. They both were aware of
this
most of the heroes.
It's going to have eyes on Thompson. Quick blink from Thompson out before the Gush connects. Seb's instantly out of this top area of the map.
Thompson also having a haste rune. This could be a really big one for the next upcoming fights as he can dance in and out of the fights. Much easier to get multiple combos. Liquid all joining in together in the area up top. They have a Silver Edge also finished on the Meepo too. So Silver Edge in this game, I know we've seen a lot of Meepos just pick up Silver Edge, but in this game, he's versus the Spectre, he's versus an Enchantress. It's a really good Silver Edge game.
Especially this, but you know, it still takes a little bit of time, right, to get that first hit on the edge. But when you do, She will be very, very easy to kill. I mean, item-wise, what's Seb walking around with at the moment? Just the Ogre Club, Ghost Scepter, and the Midas. Playing for that late game, playing for towards the idea that OG can continue to hold and make sure that Liquid don't take any of the tier 3s. And, you know, despite that early advantage, that they are yet to be able to break the base of OG. OG, even with not necessarily the biggest haunt in the world, it's slowing down Liquid that little bit. That lead that they've grown has started to sort of stagnate and to stay at that same bar. If OG can take a great fight around the haunt, the turnaround could start to come in. Seb,
oh, for sure.
Up
Seb,
to the high ground. They're getting stunned down. Jump forward from Miracle. They're going to offer the stomp. It will slow down Miracle's damage output and giving Seb the time to walk out. Ghost Scepter pops as well as the heals. Liquid try and stay on top of the edge. There's the lockdown. Weehar's in with the net. They'll finally kill Seb off. Question is, how much can they do with this bit of time? No, Enchantress. Ana pushed the bottom lane out all the way around. They can go for the tier 1 tower, but they'll struggle to go for more whilst that creep momentum has been dealt with by Ana Spectre.
I feel like we've seen a lot of these cat-mouse games a lot here at this Internationals. When you have this late game lineup that doesn't really have the best team fight, you're facing versus a lineup that has an immense amount of team fight, you kind of just have to dance around the map and try to take your best bets and just push, split push and catch waves and just delay the game. That's what OG's name of the game is for this one. Liquid's trying their best not to allow that to happen, and they have good heroes for it, as we were mentioning. They even have an Illusion Rune now, too, for the Meepo, so he's going to push out the bottom wave. They're going to push in the mid wave, too, and then pretty much everything is pushed in, so they can go for this opportunity of that Roche.
Now another Roche. Another Aegis. Of course, this time, the cheese on top as a bit of a bonus for Liquid.
Yep.
And with the speed that they do it, even with OGs, there's several decent ways to contest Roche. They just cannot set up in time. Even with the ET control around the pit, the haunt to get in, they're still not quite ready to make those sort of aggressive plays, OG. They have to continue to wait for Liquid to come to them and for Liquid to mess up.
The scary thing is, though, it's, you know, we're saying the late game insurance always about the Spectre, but everybody else on the side of OG, they're really falling off. And it's a Spectre, sure, who's amazing in the game, but versus a TA and a Meepo, these two might be enough. It probably are enough to be able to just crush a Spectre in these fights.
Especially with the Silver Edge build, as you mentioned. They have the tools. It's not an easy situation at all for OG to get themselves out of. There's Ravage. Control. They've got the Ravage. It's going to buy time for the rest of the team to come over. First net won't quite connect onto Ana as he's forced back to safety. They'll still continue to try and chase on. Ana's into the trees this time. He will be able to TP out. We are not quite in range. Continue to lock him down. Thompson with a poke from the back, making sure that Liquid cannot chase down any of the remaining members of OG. He'll stay hidden in the trees. GH.
It looks like Thompson's almost playing like Tinker or something in this race. Like, last 6 minutes or so, I feel like I've just seen Thompson in the tree lines, cutting creep waves to try to delay the push that's going to be coming out from Liquid inevitably.
The items for Ana are continuing to roll out. Full Manta. As usually, the items for everyone else still have ground to a bit of a halt on OG. Setups there onto one of the Meepos. They're going to drop the ult down, but already Miracle on the backline. He's dead. He's dead. He paused the BKB. It doesn't matter. They're able to beat him down, and now they look towards Weehaw. Weehaw builds up with the impetus. It follows up. Still, he has enough HP to walk for the taunt. Steps in. He's straight on top of Weehaw. Weehaw's dead the once. Can they do it again? No doubt. He's got the spirit out. Backing off, Weehaw again. He had the main Meepo up onto the safe area of the high ground. Thompson, he's not stopping though. They're holding back a little bit with the E-Blade. Can they get this kill? Weehaw again, boosts off to the side, but he's left one up in the high ground. Is there any disable? There is not. He's able to jump back down, get himself away. OG continue to chase. But these roots, these nets, they're holding OG back. Thompson in again with the blink. He needs help. Weehaw, is he going to get it? The stomps out onto the entire army of Meepos. Hand of God's pop. Weehaw trying to turn. Miracle is killed on Jarek. The buyback from Miracle. They're turning it around Liquid. They'll get Thompson and Jarek. Seb with no doubt. They're going to try and run. Ana, he's in with the horn, chasing down Weehaw. He can surely finish this kill off. Weehaw solo the Glimmer, give it a line. Finally, Ana gets Weehaw. Liquid back to looking to continue the cleanup. They'll chase Seb. Seb's heals will not be strong enough. Seb will fall. There's no tell. TP out in the trees gets him away. Ana's still in the neighborhood, but he will manage to make his way out of there. They get the kill on Weehaw. They force out a buyback from Miracle, but still it cost them a lot, and they're diving deep, OG.
You see how much they want to go for those dive plays, though. They're like, Ana is getting kills, Ana is being enabled, Ana, right? For OG, that's all they're thinking about, is just making this man shine. And they're starting to. He's almost creeping toward the #1 net worth as a Spectre. That was a pretty big chase out there, being able to slow down Liquid's Aegis and Cheese push. There's Miracle dying so fast in the fight. Now he has cheese, but he died so quickly in that last.
He went straight in, felt confident with the BKB, but I believe they were able to just get enough burst out before he actually popped the BKB. He died so quickly after. I mean, this was a great sort of bring back from Liquid. This fight could have certainly gone a whole lot worse for Liquid, but they were able to draw OG so far and so deep that a buyback from Miracle was able to be there in time to allow them to get some kills in return. And he nearly sort of survives this.
It was all of these, it was every little thing inside of that instance too. It was the Hand of God, I believe it was the mech as well, and then he also E-blades the Meepo that's getting focused. So they had to keep switching targets between which Meepo they wanted to actually focus down in there. So it buys a lot of time, but that is a Miracle buyback that is forced. So he has to watch out in these next situations, not to get caught out, because a TA that goes down for 100+ seconds in these next few moments could be devastating.
He's found himself something juicy. Thompson out in the jungle, does have a blink. He's going to try and get out, going for the TP. GH, will he find him in time? He will. GH in with the grab as Thompson is held back away from being able to TP back to the safety of his base. Dead for 50 seconds. No buyback as well on Thompson. So if Liquid can get the push back together, the base could be in trouble. You have to watch out for any sort of opportunity that Liquid is able to push high ground, because with this TA and Meepo, they make very quick work of the structures.
And Ravage is back online. That was the other important thing too, right? OG, they knew Ravage was on cooldown, so they knew they could chase all the way to the base of Liquid. But now Ravage is back. That's Liquid's timing with this cheese to make sure that Miracle gets his BKB off and just protect him. That TA cannot die in these next few moments.
It just feels, you know, the whole team of OG just sort of standing on Ana's shoulders. He's carried them before. This game is going to be quite a heavy one, but he has got the farm. The problem is that the farm for Liquid is so well dispersed across all their carries. They're all a threat for every single member of OG.
And Thompson's been the punching bag this game. His net worth, he's probably going to get surpassed by Jerax at some point in this game, but Jerax is pretty farmed in this one also for a Pugna. But yeah, like you said, it's mostly on Ana's shoulders right now for the side of OG, as he's got a fair bit of money on this Spectre. Pretty much having the Heart finished up. He's been deciding which one he wants to do. He's switched between Diffusal and Heart 3 or 4 times now. Now he's queued up the Diffusal. Looks like if with the Diffusal, he can kill those backline heroes so easily.
He just feels like he has to do everything right now. He has to survive. He has to do the damage. Sometimes the best defense is an offense. That's why we're seeing him queue that Diffusal blade up potentially instead of the Heart. We'll see what he does invest into, and he's going to buy it up. Diffusal will be there for the next fight, so if they can get in with the perfect haunt timing, you could start to see a fight where OG are able to sort of pick apart the backline as an Ana can move from kill to kill.
Even pick apart the backline, but also look for Mind Control. Mind Control, 700 mana on Tidehunter. Your Ravage, your spells cost a lot of mana.
Jump forward. They've got the silence there for physical burst. Seb steps too far forward.
50 seconds, no edge. Might try to press their issue up onto that high ground here with that time.
You see every time, No Tail. Just making sure the Spirit is sort of out in between the teams. So anytime that Liquid do get a kill like this, they cannot just easily collapse onto the remaining members of OG.
His job is, keep your Spirit for that natural order on top of pretty much everybody so that Ana can do all that extra damage. Keeps throwing it out. And just continue to try to delay. Seb, going to be respawning in about 15 seconds. But during all this, see Weeha. He's not keeping all his Meepos here, obviously.
No,
he's farming all over the place.
The efficiency for Liquid to sort of utilize the map whilst OG is pushed in is absolutely perfect with this Meepo. He can get so much out of being everywhere. Being with the push, being in the jungle, being in the lane. And we are absolutely one of the best in the game at doing so with this hero.
Yeah, and they can even, like we were talking about before too, it's not just the Meepo that can go around everywhere, because they have a Chen, they have Divine Favor, so if they want to send another hero even, they can always be pulling people across the map with that Rapture ability of the Divine Favor. As you see the Meepo top, silver-edged, Weeha trying to find a frag as he knows OG is going to be setting up on the sides. The smoke comes out, Thompson gets broken right away. He knows, he's pinging it.
At the same time, that will give the info to Liquid that OG are split up. They know that they're not all towards the mid lane. So if the rest of the team can get some sort of a jump, but it's hard, especially Ana. This is really, I guess, the sort of the last hero you want to tackle. Miracle gonna head over to try and go for the bounty room. We'll actually be able to grab it just by the three of them being here, but they'll look to make him pay. They'll lead in, BKB's popped by Miracle. Ana will continue to chase with the Horn.
He's following him.
He's staying on top of him. Making sure that any sort of escape is hard. Mind Control's going to come in the back. He's looking to try and draw the attention of the rest of OG. There's the Ravage Pod, and now the turnaround comes into play. Liquid, they'll surround Ana. He dove too far. The Spectre's dead. He's got buyback, but of course with the Haunt already used, there's no way for him to get back into the fight. So Ana has to sit on the sidelines and just watch as the rest of OG gets bullied heavily by Liquid. The traps are set, Seb's surrounded. We are double kill as OG again struggling to get anything going their way against Liquid. Another sort of end of a bit of a dry spell where this passive play comes to a point where the frustration is felt. Ana feels he has to try and make something happen with the Haunt. It doesn't go their way, and in fact, mid lane, another attempt to push out Thompson was trying to get the creep waves away from the base, but Weeha, he is just everywhere on this map.
Ooh, it's starting to get a bit out of hand here. Ana, he's diving forward for the kills, but that cheese gets popped. Oh, they actually popped the glyph. Jarex isn't able to get that one there with the blast even. He's gonna try again, but Weeha, he's here.
He's gonna make him pay for it. Or at least try to do so, Jarex. And find him once and force to the side, the roots, making sure that no glimmer will save him. He gets it to Crepify off, but it doesn't matter as he ticks down to the output of Weeha. Back towards mid, OG, they've got 4 dead. Finally, Seb's back in the game. 20 seconds until Ana returns, but obviously a longer cooldown that matters. That 30 seconds before Haunt. As even with the Haunt, we've seen with how far Liquid are ahead, OG just struggle to get any fights going in their favor as they'll dive in. Weeha, with all the stats, he's so tanky now in the Meepo that they cannot bully him away. And 36 minutes in, Liquid will finally get themselves into the base, take that mid ranks. They're going to look for more. Jarek's still down for 20. And they do have that Meepo ready to go. They get the toss back on Mind Control. See if they've got the damage to beat him down. No-Tail offering quite a bit of right clip, but Miracle is in straight away. Look at the backline.
Oh
He's on top of the ET. Anna's going to step forward for Mind Control. Haunt's pop. Can they get any of these kills? They're on to Miracle. Miracle BKB tries for the DBL, but he has the damage. Seb with the impetus takes down TA. And the chase continues. Anna, he found Mind Control. A second kill here for OG. We are surrounds Anna. Anna needs the safety jack. He's there.
Healing it.
The Crepify the heal. Anna is still alive. Seb sits to the side, throws out the impetus, and we are falling low. GH cannot save him.
Oh my
We are dead. OG, they'll hold on to the game. They may have lost their ranks, but they team wiped Team Liquid. That's the Haunt they've been looking for.
And No-Tail finally is able to be an Elder Titan in the game where he can stand next to the agility heroes. We see how much damage Ana is able to do inside of that one. No-Tail's just standing next to both of them the entire time. Liquid jumped in too far forward. Miracle,
they're getting the Roshan. Or at least they're trying. There'll be a buyback from GH. There's got to be more buybacks if Liquid want to try and force OG away. Jarex.
More buybacks.
He's already up to the high ground. They do have the Ravage still on Mind Control. Mind Control. He's looking for that option. He's stepping in. Stomp from No-Tail.
Ravage.
Does get it out. No follow-up though. It's a bit of a Ravage. And then a death. Mind Control. There's no follow-up.
And now
GH. They've lost 2.
Oh god.
As Liquid, they throw bodies into the pit. But not enough. And not at the right time as OG. They'll get Roche. They'll get the Aegis, the cheese, and an Aghanims for No-Tail.
Aghanims for No-Tail. He picked it up instantly. It looks like he wanted it. He wants to get in.
Yeah, he's the captain.
I mean, that tells me that he wants to be...
Yeah.
Wait, how much... So with Meepo, you're actually getting the extra duration. So usually how the stomp works is however many heroes you hit with your stomp, you get the BKB timing when it comes back. But now he's going to be hitting a lot of heroes, which means he can frontline, which means he can stick on top of the heroes and apply the natural order.
This is the Meepo counter.
This is a very interesting approach.
On another level.
All right, let's... I mean, that is...
And look at the gold difference. There's only a 1k gold in it.
Let's just bring up the graph. Look at this. Look at this swing. It is a 20,000 gold swing as well as a 20,000 experience swing. Oh my god, OG, they now have a full heart on the Spectre, level 25 as well. It's back the other way.
It really is, and at the point where it felt like for Liquid, it was going to really start going their way. The final moment, they were actually able to take that mid-tier 3 in the racks. That's when the game turned around entirely on its head.
The Meepo had no buyback for all of it, right? Weeha spent all his gold thinking
now it's OG.
And now it's OG. They're taking tier 3. Oh my god.
Seb's got a full E-Blade. OG, they've done it time and time again. In games and in whole tournaments when people have been quick to count them out. They strike back. They strike back hard. They're pushing onto the ranks. Liquid will have their whole team back up. So we'll see how much OG can get. Anna still feeling confident on the front lines with that heart and Aegis. Thompson jumps in, finds Miracle outside of the base. He's stunned up. Miracle trying to hold on to the BKB charge.
Miracle.
But slowing him down. They'll put the BKB. The impetus is though from Seb and just forcing Liquid back. As Liquid, they're held back behind their racks. The creeps are gone. Backdoor protection will kick back in for Liquid, but now it ends once more. As the mid lane reaches the middle racks, the range racks are gone. OG, they're going to get the melee racks as well.
I've just been watching Weehaw with this real Meepo. He's just running around trying to cut waves, collect bounty runes.
But they're losing the base.
But they're losing the base.
They need Weehaw to bring his army in for the fight, but it's scary. The Elder Titan and the Axe. It's not easy for Weehaw to fight into his OG. They're not leaving, they're not going anywhere.
And look at where they're hiding the backline. Look at Jerax as well as Noto. They are hidden so far away from everybody else. They want nothing to do with this Meatball right around.
He's going to go in with the Rambies. They'll be able to get Seb first. Can they get more? Anna, still not the target they want to find. They want to try and find the easier kills for No-Tail. He's able to walk this up with that Axe effect. Another hero that's now so hard for Liquid to ever get on top of. Xana.
He's committing for it. He has heart.
He knows that he's safe. He's just running down Kuro. His team cannot really keep the Spectre off the Chen. As Kuro has to opt for the TP out, will manage to make it on the high ground. Anna won't continue to chase and look for the right clicks. Weehaw gets the break hit. But OG, they're now starting to play around with Liquid. Mike's Joe blinks out. Miracle does pop the BKB. They're trying to run down Jerax, but the net won't catch him.
They just can't. Like, Anna's literally running into 5 heroes by himself, and the rest of the team is all the way in the back line. They just cannot deal with Spectre now.
I mean, Mind Control's still trying to chase, but they just cannot do it. In every fight, the mana gets so low. Anna.
He's healing up. He's getting ready to hunt. It looks like he's eating 2 mangoes.
Oh, they've got to be careful. Liquid, if they continue to try and chase this, you know that Horn Play's going to come in, and there it is. Straight away, they'll turn towards Weehaw. He was the one that's tried to start the fight off committing, but they'll turn. The damage being done from the sidelines as there comes the sun for Jerax. Bring Weehaw over to get the proof off. Weehaw will survive. Miracle, he's looking for that pesky poke there along with the help of Mind Control, but another Glimmer Cape play gets Jerax away. No-Tail goes for the storm, won't get it out. Miracle got the physical damage output to take him down in time. There's now Liquid, they'll find Jerax as well. In the trees with the roots, have they got the damage to kill him off? He'll slide to the side. He's trying to run away, another net will catch him out. They'll kill Jerax. Trees are being thrown left, right, and center. Thompson, can he bring down Wee with the radiance of Anna burning him down? They can. They get Weehaw.
This Spectre is just an absolute monster. They can kill the other heroes. They can constantly do that inside of Liquid, but Anna doesn't look like he's dying again in this game.
He really
so
does.
far out of position.
That Anna Spectre, no, this is not the first time we've seen it at this TI, where he just comes into games and takes over entirely. You really have to appreciate that for a large portion of the mid game. What about 15k behind?
15,000.
Anna was the only one that was really having a game. Look at that drop on.
Yep. And you said we've seen Anna play this TI. We also saw him playing it last TI.
Yes.
He loves his Spectre.
Anna is back. He really is at full power here in the grand finals. This game one, OG swinging it round entirely. Liquid could not get enough done early on, as this is a second set of racks that OG is taking away.
Liquid has to be pretty thankful that they still have a tier 2 up top. So OG isn't going to be able to go for those megas. They're going to back up, but what a swing. As Liquid, how do they take fights? They now have a pretty solid build here on Miracle. He's got the Bloodthorn plus the Nullifier, but he's all in.
He's got to be worrisome, right? For Weehaw, he goes fully in on this stat build, right? No sort of X, the double Scardy.
Yep.
And still, they are killing him in the fights. It's not enough HP.
Because the HP is not the thing, right? If they're the ET, sure, he's died in the last ones, but it does amplify so much, and they do have that straight up damage that can't come out. Now we're seeing Thompson, he's starting to rack up too. He's got his Daedalus finished. Daedalus Tree Volley. They have the ways, the means to be able to bring down that Meepo.
They really do.
And now I guess the lanes are being pushed in. Oh, gee, they're setting up to go for that tier 2 top. They've got pretty much everything available. They've got the haunt now too.
And a lot of those stats sort of rendered ineffective, right? All this agi that's giving him, what, 30 armor, it's taken away. There's no flat armor.
As long as the ET's next to him, yeah.
Sure.
As long as No-Tail can actually get
most of these fights,
which he is going to.
With that axe, he can afford to get in and stomp off, and they aren't killing No-Tail straight away in the fights anymore.
There's too many things they have to pay attention to. There's too many target priorities that Liquid want to go for. But that might just be the biggest one. Trying to get this Elder Titan.
I think the big one really for Liquid is getting that nullifier. It is there. The nullifier in TA. There was already, what, two Ghost Scepters and an E-Blade on OG's lineup and a Decrepify. Now they can have a bit more luck on committing for the kills. They'll find Thompson.
He's
silences out. They have the pick-off potential. Anytime the OG is separated, you cannot write off how quickly Liquid's lineup can delete heroes, with Miracle's build sort of coming to completion with the Bloodthorn Nullifier.
Well, Thompson was just cutting bottom weight, it looks like there, while his team was pushing top, and he just gets caught up, but he has buyback.
That'll be a buyback.
GH dies very quickly, mind control now.
Surrounding him, jumping back. These rainbows, they hurt. I mean, they do not have buyback. They do not have buyback. Neither mind control or GH, they cannot get back into the game.
That's going to be
an
a great
OG, they're going to know this. They're going to keep the pressure up on top. Heart, Butterfly, 5.7k gold in the bank. Why not? Anna Spectre so far ahead right now as he leads his team towards the third and final set of racks. Miracle has to blink away. Now the buybacks are available for the two of them. They have the gold to get back in. Fortification will slow down OG's efforts for now.
But they're still going to stay. OG, this is the last set of racks. Ana still feeling that powerful. There's the buyback from the Tide. The melt dash.
They found one outside of the base though. Weehai trying to step out. The combo, the magical damage isn't going to get him. It will. The storm sends him off. Motel's able to catch him before he's able to poof back. Meepo dead. He's going to have to use the buyback. Out it comes. Zana will get the D award and continue to push on, taking these racks. Mind control, trying to step forward, but Seb turns towards him. Seb pretty low on the mana, but he's got enough rainbows to bring mind control down to about 25% of his HP. He'll pop the BKB and Miracles, looking for the backlines again. These Ghost Forms are annoying him. The Dispel will be there. On to Notel, but Thompson's got the combo, the damage to kill him off. Mind control is in with the Ravage. They're trying their best to commit on top of Seb. Gush is out. Can they even kill off the Echelon? They've tried their best on the high ground Ana. He has been nullified. The damage output, it's enough. Again, this single target from Liquid, if they get it going, they can still kill the cause of OG, even the big old Spectre. As Liquid will hold, it's 3 buybacks they have to use.
Seb instantly buying back. The Roche is up.
They want to contest it.
Going into it there's going to have to be a bunch of buybacks for OG. They have Refresher queued up on Ana. How much gold does he have for buyback? He doesn't have, he's almost has enough for buyback with the Refresher. But Liquid,
if he wants to sell one of his items,
they're going to be able to get this one though.
OG, of course, were able to take that melee rack stop, so they are just holding on to a ranged racks Liquid, but they are doing exactly that. They are holding on in this game.
And Thompson, he was already positioned up toward top, looking to try to go for more split push. But Liquid, they have to just run it down the mid lane, try to force these buybacks. Aegis cheese.
Well, we see, at the moment, the Aghanims and the Refresher Shard being held by mind control. Is yet to consume the Aghanim's blessing. Liquid trying to force out these buybacks. Ana, he's got to buy back. The tier 4s are being focused. They're not interested in Megas Liquid. They're just interested in ending the game.
Still holding on to it.
The first tier 4's down. But they're going to be able to get potentially another one out of this. Kuro falling low, turn with the Penitence. He's still alive off the back of this. Finally, the buyback comes out. The Ancient is exposed.
The Ancient's going down.
Ravage. They're just going to keep hitting on. Liquid, they've done it.
Oh my god.
What an end to game 1. It looked like Liquid had it in the early game. It looked like they started to throw it away. It looked like OG was on the verge of getting the win. They took everything bar 1 range racks from Liquid's pace. But then Liquid, they come back into the game, get the Roche, run down mid. Ana, I don't know why he was waiting, but he never bought back.
He held it
to that very last moment. But at that point, it was too late. Mind control with a spectacular, tentacular finish to the game. Ravages them. It gives all the space in the world for them to take down the Ancient.
If that's a telling of anything that we're going to see in these next few games, bring it on.
I can't quite believe what we saw in this game.
The graph is the story right there. If you look, I mean, you guys can't see the graph right now, but it's just all the way up for Liquid, then all the way slams down for OG's favor, then all the way back up for Liquid. What a back and forth one that looked like OG. They were going to be able to take it there with the super
really
Spectre, but Liquid, the perseverance, they're able to isolate him, and they kept their cool.
They really, really did. What a way to start off the best of 5 grand finals here at the International 2019. But Team Liquid, after some incredible back and forth action, will take game 1.
Ooh, what an absolute absolute roller coaster of a game, and that was just the first one to open up the International Grand Finals of 2019. Now, before we're gonna here discuss that, we're gonna give the draft panel a crack at trying to break that first game down. Take it away, Tsunami.
Really, there's only one thing necessary to break down, and that's the dichotomy between the Spectre and the Meepo.
Yep.
You had mentioned earlier that Spectres these days, they're going for Midases, and that's something that, you know, for a lot of people would seem a little bit uncommon. You're a hard carry, you want to get to your Radiance, you're farming Accelerant as quick as possible. So allow me to show you just how much a Midas helps the Spectre in terms of net worth. This is the comparison between the Meepo's net worth and the Spectre's net worth. Obviously, we're seeing a few dips every once in a while, but that's because, you know, buybacks or winning a team fight and stuff like that. It's not often that a Spectre would be able to stay this close to a Meepo in terms of net worth.
Yeah, usually the Meepo's gonna like get really far ahead. That hero's like supposed to control the early game, right? Nothing else matters in the game besides the first 30 minutes. Usually, the saying is like if Meepo goes to late game, he's gonna lose, and in that game, he won the late game.
Yeah, I always consider it like a high acceleration, low top speed kind of thing. It's kind of why, same thing with anti-mage. Like, you get that farm extremely quick, and all of a sudden, you're all capped out, right, Pilot Eye?
Yeah, but you would also expect, I don't know, I mean, I'm just looking at your cool graph there, but when a team is ahead and they have a Meepo, like generally that Meepo is, like it's going crazy. Like the net worth is just balling out of control. But like in this patch, it's very hard to punish. Like if one guy like wants to get farmed, like, and he's just playing for the farm, like it's very hard to stop him.
It's like Alchemist, right?
Yeah, I mean that's why Alchemist feels very annoying to play against, because when he disappears, like he's just even fatter than these other guys.
So then, do you think it's a disadvantage that they already revealed the Meepo this early on in a best of 5? Because like RMN was talking that in a best of 5 you can drop a game. And maybe that's what he was thinking when he was like, okay, we can pick a Meepo. We'll see how that one pans out. Instead, they just straight up go for it in game 1, and it brings them success. So moving forward, is that something that's going to be like respect banned by OG, or is it just the same state of mind for OG, where they're like, whatever, we can drop one, we got Meepo, it's fine.
I think it's more. I'm pretty sure they played it earlier in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen a few times, but it's not like. I think it was like a lot of like their Ench counter in the safe lane, like the trick, but I'm pretty sure OG saw it coming. Like they. That's at least what the coach said, Sox, right? Like, I'm pretty sure they should have seen that Meepo coming. And now, like, if they first pick Ench, they'll think about that Meepo.
It just says
but
like
at the same time, though, like, look at that game.
Yeah, it could like force out a ban. It could force out a ban later if they're scared. It opens up maybe one more hero slot for Liquid to pick another hero in the draft. Maybe like Meepo was their second option, but their first was banned, so can maybe get in the heads of OG.
And then how do you think about the priority of Enchantress now? So the first bans were the Magnus, the IO, and then what was the third ban that Liquid went for? Alchemist, yeah, exactly. So now you gave away the Enchantress. You proved that you know how to deal with an Enchantress. Yeah. Is OG still going to value that hero as highly?
It's hard to. It's very hard to be objective and look at it in a logical way when the game goes like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have things to consider, right? Like Liquid consider Shen a counter, like in terms of like he shows up to lane, he has more regen for his partner, and he can TP back, he can bring him back.
Right.
So like maybe they'll be banning Shen if they want to first pick Ench. But yeah, I think they might stick with it. That's what I would think.
Yeah, it didn't necessarily. I mean, the game was at a precipice. It could have literally gone either way.
The issue with the Meepo though is you have to pick it late in the stage, like second, third phase usually, and all the other like strong heroes right now are first phase. Like even Alchemist used to be like a 10th pick. Now people are just first picking and winning every game. So this Meepo hero can't be in that situation. I think right now the hero itself is too weak, so you have to pick it later, which kind of devalues it. So the Ench might still be high value.
Very well, gentlemen. I appreciate the insight. We'll get more from you guys as we move on to the Game 2 draft, but I'll send it back to you guys for right now.
Thank you so much. And indeed, I mean, with that all said, Grant, can you guess who the people that were watching have voted for the MVP? It's a top choice.
It has to be Weehaw.
Was it Weehaw? Could it be,
It was.
easy Weehaw? 36,000 votes.
And that was a well-played game by him, right? You don't always think about it. It has to be a safe lane Meepo because they have a TA TA safe lane is the worst thing I've ever seen. So they're forced to put the Meepo there and still just has an amazing game like Weehaw, right? The only one who hasn't won a TI on the stage. He's been in the grand finals, but he hasn't won one, and he just has the performance of a lifetime.
Oh man, but were you guys getting flashbacks? I was getting
Yes.
flashbacks, right? To last year, right? You're like, okay, OG, they're behind, but Liquid, I mean, they look so dominant. I thought, okay, yeah, this game's over. Liquid are gonna do it, and then OG, they just start rallying, right? They just play these incredible team fights that are just on a hair, a knife's edge of just this heal from Jerax from the support Pugna, who hadn't got a whole lot done that game necessarily up until those points. Keeps the game alive, keeps it going, and then I thought that was gonna be so demoralizing for Liquid if they managed to lose in that fashion, but they did not.
But
They have defeated
Yeah.
the curse of OG.
I think Liquid could have closed out the game a bit more earlier after the second Roche when they had the cheese TA aggressively blanked in, didn't pop it, and this is what gave OG opportunity to come back into this game. Also, again, stacking minus armor, Deso, Meld, Gush, Solar Crest. If Spectre is isolated on top of Bloodthorn, she just gets melted. If she's away from the team, if no one can protect her. But we got to give credit to OG because of all the kiting they did in the mid game with the Force Staff, with all the Ghost Scepters, even E-Blade on Ench, plus the Decrypify on who had Pugna Zolt. That was a lot of kiting and just a beautiful Dota to watch.
Very great Dota to watch. You see also Kura with a 2-3-20 stat. It's great, but it's it's a slow hero. I normally feel like he's the target that's gonna die a lot.
Yeah.
And he was dying the least.
And he was, and they talked about it, right? That hero is just so good because it helps other heroes. Like, you always get the lane you want. That's the biggest thing. You, no matter what, get the lanes you want because of the teleport. You don't have to waste your TP. And then he's just running around with... They don't even want to kill him. That's the thing, right? They're like, we don't want to kill this guy. Then what if he just buys back and, saves someone, brings them to base? Like, we'll just leave him alone, and you can't do that either.
So far, Tide and Chen together,
Yeah.
when combined, are 5-0. And Tide has 65% win rate overall. There's no counter for Tide Hunter being picked in those games. Like, he gets the Ravage every single time in a team fight, and there's no way to counter. He has enough armor to sustain through initial burst, and then he just pops it.
That's terrifying. Feels like statistics winning games there. It has been a crazy first game of the grand finals. I mean, this is the promise of what's to come. I mean, I'm game, and I'm sure that two other members of our broadcast teams are game as well. Casey and Slacks, what are you up to in this grand finals?
Well, we're having a hard time knowing who to root for because these are such amazing games. So we've been just running around, interacting with the crowd, interacting here on the floor. And the exciting thing about TI is the games are amazing. Dota is fantastic, but there's also this entire crew of people behind the scenes who have become fans over the years. Myron and I have been working this event for 7 years, and it's a tradition. It's time for me to try his job and let him be the reporter for once. Myron, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. Thank you.
Good job, Casey. Hey, on behalf of the entire broadcast crew, thanks, China. We love you.
Slacks, what are you doing? Myron, you rock. Thank you, buddy.
Can I get my camera back?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. All right.
I want my camera
Thank
back.
you. All right. Get in here, buddy. Get in here. The fans are loving this Dota, man.
Who isn't loving this Dota? Everybody loves a good throw.
Okay. You gotta do. Did you bring your banana?
No, I'm not ready for that yet. He didn't say we're doing that yet. It's a best of 5. Don't ruin it again. Throw it back, for God's sakes. What are you doing?
Actually,
Thank you. That was a great throw indeed. Back to the panel we go. I mean, was it a throw? Can we call it that? Because I felt like it was a great hold that OG did, and not necessarily a throw. I feel like that's two different things.
I don't want to say it was a throw, but Anna not buying back quicker definitely cost. When you saw when they were walking backstage, like, he looked really, really down. Seb was patting him on the head, like, trying to look up, but I have not seen someone on OG look that down after that.
There's an old saying, every game is throwable if you try hard enough. But I really don't think this.
I think you invented that saying, yeah.
Yeah, never heard
Just
that before.
quoting smart
but
people,
It's a chaotic game. I think any game without Meepo is going to be extremely chaotic. Like, new factors coming to play that maybe you're not expecting because it's not a hero we get to see too much. Things can end kind of both ways in an instant. If you just get diebacks, suddenly it's over because he feels like such a massive part of your team play. And then there's also all these cool item counters. Like, we talked about the Bloodthorn coming out where it's like, wow, Bloodthorn's an insane item with Meepo because you target one person and then it like constant crits over and over. And then the same idea with the ET got that Aghanims. And we were like, oh, is this it for OG? Because that ET is like going to have that big BKB and everything. But
It's always going to be like that, I think, where it's a knife's edge with the Meepo game.
Talking about items, there's Silver Edge on this Meepo who breaks both the Spectre 2 abilities from Spectre Desolate and Dispersion and the Enchantress, so it's pretty easy to play if you can get it off.
Well, I kind of also want to talk about MVPs a little bit, because if OG would have won that game, Anna would have been MVP.
Would have been voted MVP
right?
for
Would
sure.
have been voted MVP,
yes.
correct.
That's what I meant.
You know,
okay.
if you're you know, I loved watching Jarek's that game. When they were pushing the high ground, he just had Brown Boots Aether Lens just healing Seb over and over. It was just super obnoxious to watch in a good way.
I think I probably would have voted for a Thompson, and the way he was just like constantly split pushing across the map, keeping those lanes out, because he's the reason why. Think about the map presence there. If they have a Meepo and a Chen, he should be able to be everywhere, and somehow Thompson is still creeping along the edges of those maps and keeping those lanes pushed to keep OG in that game.
That is very impressive. So you guys wouldn't vote for Anna.
Yeah, we're off Anna.
That's just mean.
It's a carry. I mean,
exactly.
He won the game, but
okay.
it's a carry, you know?
You know what, actually, I want to, before we're going to see the teams walking out, I want to just quickly say, read a tweet that was sent by Sumail, who is by a lot of players seen as potentially one of the greatest players of all time. He said, "The best team ever in Dota is playing versus Liquid Karaoke Boss."
Damn.
So, you know, I feel like he's already got a winner in mind.
He does. A little bit of shade at Liquid, perhaps?
Yeah, we'll talk more about potential greatest players of all times later on, but let's first welcome our teams back on the stage. Since their inception, they were denied the opportunity to play each other on the main stage of an international in 2016, in 2017, and in 2018. They avoided each other on the main stage. They faced once in groups. We're not going to talk about that. But this is something these two teams have looked forward to since they got started. And it is time. They are meeting in the grand finals of the International 2019. What greater opportunity to have these two teams finally going head to head right here in Shanghai. And I know that there's a lot to be said about the stories and the players, and normally that's what I get excited about, but there is one person that can talk about stats, and it gets me excited like no other. Nahaz, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Shiver. As we get ready for game two, the players are just now entering the pods. I wanted to take a quick look at some of the numbers, talking about these two teams' play styles. And I'm going to highlight the 25-minute period, that key mid-game control period where games are decided in this meta. OG, 18.3 kills as a team at that 25-minute mark. That is by far number one at this tournament, more than 2 ahead of any other team. Liquid, since the main event have started, though, have played incredibly clean Dota, only 9.44 deaths at that 25-minute mark. That is by far the fewest. Liquid, with that game one draft, really stole the initiative. What part of that was contesting Roche. These are the most active early Roshan teams in the tournament, first and second in early Roches per game. By 25 minutes, you saw that 25-minute Roche fight, 27-minute rather Roche fight in game one played a huge role in deciding that outcome. And smokes, OG's smokes are very early. They're using those smokes to set up kills. Liquid, their smoke usage spikes around the 30 to 35-minute mark as they place more importance on those base pushes, deep pushes into enemy territory. And of course, we can't talk about this team matchup without talking about arguably two of the most exciting players ever to grace the TI stage, the A God and the M God, Ana and Miracle. These two players are number 1 and number 2 in kills per minute all time in international play, averaging better than a kill every 5 minutes. They are also the top 5 in GPM all time, both over 600, and they are the only 2 players top 5 in all 3 of those categories. But of course, in game one, it was the newcomer Weeha on his Meepo that had the biggest impact. Now 28 and 20 in Pro Dota 2 on that hero. He is the winningest pro Meepo player of all time. We are ready to see if OG can bounce back in game two. Back to our panel.
Thank you so much. I mean, seriously, you're the only one that can talk so enthusiastically about stats and still are able to take me with you every step of the way. That is a skill that is very unique, and it just makes me more excited to see this grand finals develop, evolve. what can come next. What is next?
It's true. Ana versus Miracle, right? I mean, we saw the side-by-side just kill after kill, gank after gank. It's just so fun to watch those two play. Ana, he's good at farming, but once he gets that farm, the activity on the map he does is just all over the place.
Yeah, I heard the Chinese fans they've dropped the letter. The other, you know how everyone's like A God, M God, B God? They no longer use the letter for him. He's simply God because of the way he's been playing so far this tournament. He's surpassed the tier of needing a letter before his name. So gonna see now if he can manage to take game 2 for his team.
I love the stats about the early game. Both of these teams are known to play extremely aggressive, and the usage of the smokes, that was a really good point from the Haas.
It was indeed. And we had a roller coaster of first game. I want a roller coaster of a series. Let's find out if that's going to happen in game 2.
OG versus Team Liquid. Grand Finals, Game 2.
Grand Finals Game 2, that's right. Liquid pull out a Game 1 victory just very narrowly against a roster that's so storied. OG, Pilot, I didn't get to formally introduce you, but welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
Still here with Gunnar as well. And I just want to ask you a question about OG as a team. Like, it's unprecedented for the most part that a team with the exact same roster, after an entire year of balance patches, attends another Grand Finals at a level of the game like, you know, maybe Na'Vi was able to do a TI1, TI2. The game has gotten significantly more competitive. How do you think a team like OG has been able to manage such a feat like that?
I think it's somehow they just hit the... Okay, there are like basically 2 reasons, I think. One reason is like they split the team after TI8, right?
Okay.
Ana left. And like they were just tumbling around. Like they were not looking good.
Yeah.
Like it was not pretty. And then like I think everyone knew that eventually he was going to come back.
Right.
So like, yeah, they like connected like, I don't know, it was a few months ago, right? And like they had a bit of time. And they were still not doing that good, but you could see like they were a team again, like they were strong. And then, I don't know, they have like this attitude when it comes to TI. Like somehow they get in this mindset where like they can play carefree. Like they don't stress themselves out. They don't get exhausted. Like they can just keep going. And then like they feel confidence in each other and like they like whatever ideas they have.
So you're saying like the absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of thing? So
oh, for sure, for sure.
Ana leaves for a little bit and then you...
I mean, if they were losing the entire year with Ana, then it would be harder.
True.
Like, there's more like baggage. Because like last TI was the same, right? Like he comes in. And like, it's not like they haven't played with him before. Like, No-Tail won majors with that guy. And Seb, like, he was coach, and he was the coach.
Yeah,
back
he was
then.
the coach then.
So, like, and the other reason is just, I don't know. It's like how they play and like the heroes they have. I'm not sure. It just fits TI perfectly.
It does, and we even felt that last TI, and it's not like they're even picking the same heroes as last TI or anything like that, because, well, for one thing, Grimstroke is getting selected. That dude wasn't even at last TI. So it's just, you know, it's that kind of magic that is so difficult to replicate, but Liquid proving that there are some vulnerabilities as they do take Game 1, and we are moving our way through the draft. Magnus, AA, and IO ban, so instead, OG choose to ban out the Alchemist, and Liquid will, I guess, swap bans. They'll ban the AA instead. Liquid picks up Tidehunter and Templar Assassin. OG has Grimstroke and Tiny.
Like, that's a new thing for OG too. Like, I think Liquid is a scarier, both first pick and second pick team than LGD. Like, in terms of the heroes they do. Like, when they first pick Shen on Liquid, like, you know, like, that hero is gonna have impact. Like, he has a lot of, like, branches. Like, he's comfortable with that hero. He knows what he can do with it and what he wants to do with it. And for, like, their last pick, like, that was a bit of LGD's weakness, I feel. Like, their scariest last picks were, like, Ame heroes, like Spectre and Slark, which are strong, but it's not the same as getting hit by, like, a Broodmother, Meep, or Arc Warden. Like, those heroes, sometimes you see them, you're like, yikes.
Yeah, everyone always talks about the importance of, like, a 22nd pick game winner, and, like, LGD went for, like, a Darkseer 22nd pick in their elimination game, so ultimately you need to have that X factor at the end of the draft. It can't just all be front-loaded in the first 2 phases.
It helps, because you spoke to me earlier, like similarities, and, like, it's... Liquid do have... Like, even when they won TI Samurai, like, there are some similarities, except, like, they pick these annoying heroes very early for Matu, and, like, deal with it, and then, like, we'll get something that's
or
good
even,
later.
like, the GH Coddle back in the day.
Yeah, Earthshaker as well.
Shaker as well.
And I feel like OG also, they're kind of playing the same as TI8 with how they play the safe lane, like what heroes No-Tail plays. Like, either he tries to play something that completely gives Ana free farm. Like, if you look at a lot of their, especially group stage games, Ana is, like, far above everyone else in farm. Like, he usually gets a very relevant hero to the game, and No-Tail just plays this. He plays Shen or Ench, and he's just securing farm for him.
Then as someone who is very famously the position 6, you're saying that Notel's kind of emulating that very sacrificial role where it's all about making sure that his one position is enabled?
Yeah, I think that's fair. And yeah, and then the other, like he had to play ET last game, right? And he can kind of do the same thing, but like his own game suffers way more when you play ET because you're just running in suiciding basically.
Yeah, like at last year I was like Nature's Prophet, right?
Yeah, that's different
in
here.
the lane.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Liquid's still scared of the Invoker. Yeah, I think they banned it last game too.
They did, yeah.
OG run it in both positions. Thompson's one of like the most famous Invokers, I think, right now. And also Jerax is an Invoker player, so they have a little flex. I think it'd be a little surprising if OG would pick it as like a 4, because I don't think it matches well with
Nah,
the
I
other
haven't
two
seen
heroes.
Liquid do that too much.
I mean, OG for like their...
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
I don't think I've seen OG do that too much either.
Yeah, but...
Mainly just newbie. Your boy MSS Pilot, I was rocking that 4 position Invoker like nobody's business.
And also Secret, right?
Yeah, Secret was doing it with the Apsar.
Yeah, it fell a bit out of... It's a little slow. Like, it doesn't put that much pressure.
It's just a group stage meme? Is that what you're telling me?
It might be. It might have been. It might have been. We'll see.
OG get their hands on the Ember TA matchup. That matchup's a lot more Ember favored now. It used to actually be TA favored in the lane. But now that you can't really deny, deal like 120 physical or pure damage to this
the
Ember.
refraction got nerfed.
You can't deny the creeps anymore, so the Ember can actually pressure you at level 3 and level 5.
I'm actually, this is kind of cool that the TA is coming in. Because I think it was the Epicenter Major, right? The hero was basically first pick.
Yes.
Because she has like very few losing matchups. And even the losing matchups are like, you can get to level 3, 4,
or
you can do jungle. Exactly. And you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the LGD series.
Yeah, but I don't think she's supposed to be as good anymore. Like I want to see this, because let's say it's Ember versus TA mid, right? Because what should be able to happen is like the Ember slightly wins the lane, and then he can just chase after her, like when she's trying to catch up.
So you want like a very high activity Ember. You don't want like a farming lawnmower build Ember that goes for like a radiance or anything like that. You want one that's constantly bothering TA, making sure she can't take ancients, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know Thompson was one of the first guys to start going like Medallion on Ember. So he goes like Medallion, I think he went Medallion, Drums, Deso, something along those lines.
Okay.
And he plays like in the enemy jungle the whole game and just like chains them and just chases them around.
I mean, that's just his style. Like, that's what you could see last game. Like, what stopped him? Like, his Tiny is... I got a little satisfaction from seeing them like just get shut down with what they're trying to pull. Like,
right.
Because you can see like Seb hits level 6 in the offlane, and like normal enches, they stay there and they get the tower. It can take up to 5 minutes.
Because no one can come to that lane once she has impetus.
But like it's still, she doesn't kill the tower that fast, right? But what he does, he just starts running at the enemy. Like he'll stand between the tier 2 and the tier 1 mid, and like it's so, like you can't. It's so hard to do something about it because all the heroes are so low level. It's like you can maybe kill him, but like if you try to kill him and you fail, you basically lose the game.
And even if you do kill him, it takes so many resources to just take him down.
No, it's extremely. And then then like he's running around there, and then like Thompson hits like he has his timing. Like if you place Invoker Tiny, then suddenly he's in there too. But that game, like last game, he's just running over traps, running into 4 centaurs, like, and he gets stopped.
I remember like last game when the guy was doing that move. Thompson's walking into the jungle chasing one of the supports, I forget which, Rubik?
Yeah, Rubik.
Yeah, he's chasing the Rubik for like a minute.
Yeah.
Because he got trapped. And you kill the Rubik, and the camera goes to the mid tower, and there's an Ench sitting behind the mid tower, killing a tower while a Tiny is doing his own thing on the map.
Yeah. No, it's when they can run at you, like they're very frustrating to play against.
And Omni Knight are definitely a hero that can enable running at you. Still, so far the only strength core that Heavenly Grace is really going to be able to buff up is the Tiny, but obviously that's a great choice, especially once the Tiny gets the Aghanim Scepter. And Liquid going to pick up a Life Stealer.
Even the Ember though, you can stop him from getting like chain stunned by the Shadow Shaman, gives him more HP. That's like the one thing they don't think about that much when you get Grace someone. It's 28 strength. That's still HP on every hero.
Yeah.
I mean, he's generally very good versus Tidehunter and Shaman. Like if you repel either this Ember or whatever they're picking next, like that guy can just be in there. Like he's getting stunned for like a second max.
It's also, the Ember could be an Ana Ember. Yeah. We didn't talk about that, I think. We mostly assumed it was a Thompson Ember versus the TA.
Okay.
And now that there's a
Where would that put the Tiny, though?
4?
Oh, okay. So it would be Seb, Omni Knight off lane, safe lane Ember, 4 position Tiny, and then 5 position Grimstroke.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go like really far out there,
let's hear it.
It could be a Tiny 3 with the Grim, so he can combo with the Inkswell.
Oh.
And then they put the Omni as a 5 with the carry against the Life Stealer. And so the Grim would be a 4.
Oh, okay, I see.
If you want to go out there. I feel like that's
against a
little
life stealer. That's a bit tricky though.
Yeah,
like Inkswell combos won't be that reliable, and now Liquid being picked up. I mean, sorry, Enigma being picked up for Liquid.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna want to better carry than Ember this game. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, I mean the lane for Ember here is like fine, I think.
Yeah.
Like he can do fine either. I don't know what they have up their sleeves, you know, like to get something else from mid, but
They played, what was it, Sven, I think, first? The life stealer in the LGD series?
Yes.
It was kind of bad because of the Huskar, I think.
Yeah.
But they like the matchup, so I think that could be it. It's lanes well against Enigma as well. You kill his Eidolons. Monkey.
Okay, so Thompson, Monkey King most likely?
Yeah.
Ana, Ember. Seb as the Omni Knight, and 4-position Tiny.
I'd assume so, yeah.
And then 5-position Grimstroke. So before we go anywhere, why the Enigma though? Why did Liquid go for this Enigma pick?
I mean, I think they think kind of simple about it. They have this repel guy going in, right? And he can play like an absolute idiot. Like they just throw stuff at him and he lives. Now you have the Enigma, just black holes him.
Status resistance won't help
no
against
status,
black hole.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can't deal with that. Plus, it's like these last pick Enigmas are you already picked your supports, right? So you don't have cancels. So it's a free black hole game.
Fair enough. Let's hear from Casey, who's talking to Saksha, team of OG.
It was a great first game. It was back and forth the whole time. Did you, in any way in this draft, are you responding to how things went? We saw that you banned Meepo, or do you think it was just luck that you didn't end up with the win with that first one?
I mean, we talked about Meepo. We knew they were picking it. We just thought we were actually okay against Meepo. Obviously, the game went it was a hard game, but we came back, so that's the positive side. Yeah, we were happy with the draft, yeah.
Feel pretty confident.
With this one? Oh yeah, with this one, yeah, obviously. I know.
Duh.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Casey. Game 2 of Liquid versus OG here in the best of 5 grand finals of the International 2019, just about to kick off. What a start to the series. What are we expecting from this one, Fog? OG and Liquid coming into this game too. OG, they've been knocked back before at the beginning of a series, and we've seen what sort of a turnaround they can make as the series does unfold. Of course, the famous one being that of this same place, same time last year. Can they do it in this best of 5? Are we going to see them with this draft take a game back off Liquid, or are Liquid going to keep the lead?
They've got a lot of comfortable things coming out for the side of OG, right? We have Ana on his legendary Ember Spirit. We have Thompson on his Master Tier Monkey King, of course.
Master Tier.
In a good matchup. Well, what the players used to say was a good matchup. I know a lot of them talked about that Monkey King versus TA back when you could get the refraction with your denies. Now you have to imagine it's even better for the Monkey King. So Thompson should be able to have a good time there versus Weeha in the mid lane. This last pick, Enigma, though, very interesting one. I loved what they mentioned on the panel there. I think Pi was the one who said it, how Heavenly Grace makes it really hard for you to set up for kills, but Black Hole cannot be produced because that status resist does not work. And there's no cancels, of course, on the side of OG through that BKB that will be coming up for the Enigma eventually in this game, as Miracle leads quite a bit of harassment you see there.
You've certainly got to watch out for what GH is going to be able to bring to the game. But overall, Liquid, once again, having this TA, having sort of a obviously this time the Weeha TA, we're going to see it in a bit of a different capacity, but they've got still this sort of similar idea, right? This whole fight that can go down with the control that Mind Control and GH can offer that will just give the time and space for Miracle and Weeha to just disassemble their opponents.
Yeah, it's all about the team fights really coming into play when you start getting toward these later stage games of TI. And we see right away, so a lot of the times we've been seeing the Enigmas, they start in the Radiant jungle. This time he's Radiant, so it's a lot more natural for him. So we see Jerax, he puts a ward inside of the jungle to block one of those camps in that triangle area down in the Radiant jungle, but it actually was spotted. Liquid had already prepared down here with this ops ward to see everything that's going to be happening. They actually know that that camp is warded, so GH is probably going to stay playing up top for the time being and just keep denying creeps. Says
Talk about up top. They got the shackle set up. Mind Control chasing No-Tail down. Will be able to get back underneath the tower. In fact, Anna's going to turn, chase down Mind Control, and they'll get first blood, OG. As Liquid try and force the issue a little too hard between the two of them up top. Giving first blood to the safe lane Ember Spirit.
And they salve. That was the thing, right? Grimstroke turns, No-Tail, he doesn't die. He salves up, he's back up to full. And this is the one thing about when you go for the gush on the Tide, is you're trying to set up for those kills, but you're a lot more vulnerable. He has a stout shield, but Ember Spirit, he can hit pretty hard. Same thing with the Grimstroke. They can easily turn.
Down to the bottom lane, Miracle. It's going to be farming up against the Seb Omni Knight with that backup of Jerax. at his side. Obviously, with GH being in the jungle up the top, it is going to be Miracle entirely on his own for the most part.
He'll get pressured a bit down here, just from those tossback plays. He should be able to catch up decently, but the thing is that Omni does pack a decent punch as well onto that lifestealer himself. Jarex is just going to keep being annoying, too. This is multiple mangoes. Another right click, another tossback, quick heal probably. Actually held on to it this time. We'll see what itemization that Seb does. I think an Orb of Venom proves to have an incredible amount of value, actually, in the bottom lane, because then you can leave the Omni Knight a bit, and then he can actually right-click and trade with the Lifestealer. So I definitely want to see Seb go for picking that one up, as I think he actually did just buy it, so he will be able to put the pressure onto Lifestealer, just give him that extra right-click, because your Rage is not really an element that you have to worry about when you're going to be pressuring.
We'll see Kuro down here now to just offer some sort of way of alleviating the pressure of these two heroes, keep the distraction high so that Jarex isn't able to stay in the lane, beating down and tossing back Miracle safe lane Lifestealer.
Yep. So we see mid starting to get to that advantage for the Monkey King, constantly getting those Jingu stacks up again onto Weeha, and then you can just secure yourself all these denies.
It's a tough lane for Weeha.
Yeah. But he'll back up in jungle, as Panel mentioned, as you've seen, especially in the earlier series of the day.
He's always going to be able to catch up.
Yep. Still jungles incredibly efficiently.
Yeah, we've seen him do it many times. You know, his TA really that he's been able to bring out a lot of the times for Liquid, as it seems on the main stage, has always been pretty darn good.
Seb getting turned on there by Miracle. But we'll have the sustain. And now the Orb of Venom is delivered, and this is where he can start to actually push Miracle off of the lane with Jarex.
Jarex again.
Let's go for the combo.
Another combo.
Doesn't actually choose for the toss back there.
Miracle was, out of regen and open wounds have been used, but could have potentially have been a kill. Top lane, Ana. He's actually going to turn, sort of baiting mind control. And look how low he's standing. He's got a slider fist, keeping himself out of range of the anchor smash. Ana just dancing himself perfectly around the tide. The flame guard will end, so it won't be quite enough to take mind control down immediately. But you've got to imagine there's going to be another slight fist available. Mind control just south up the trees. Another stroke hits, but that south will make sure that the slight fist from Ana won't quite kill him off. Still, though, he's out of regen now, mind control, so will be bullied out of the top lane.
Thompson's really starting to take advantage of this mid lane. He even uses the glyph under the tower, and Weeha's just forced to sit and meld, healing up with the south. Thompson's really taking over. He loves this matchup. Another thing that this hero provides you is you can dive and chase the TA, but now GH shows up.
GH from the trees, Thompson, he didn't expect this. He's trying to use the mischief to play it out. He's looking for that forfeit. Cannot get the boundless strike off, though. Great move from GH. Catches Thompson off guard. He knows that Thompson, as you say, is going to play like this. He's looking for these dives, these plays around the tier 1 towers. GH is prepared.
Super clutch. Weeha's definitely better give him like a big hug or something after that play. As he'll be able to go back and continue to jungle as he gets an Arcane Rune on GH, and he's actually saving gold. You see he's queued up, he's got the gloves. He's got the Dominator in his quick buy, but I think he might be contemplating a minus.
He's thinking about it. I won't be surprised we're at 4.5 minutes in and being that angle. GH is going to start to have a bit of a poke on the Jarex. Trying to go for the shackles, but with the Avalanche already out, Jarex will not be held down.
Looks like it won't be the Midas. He buys boots, buys clarities. He's just going to jungle, and looks like he wants to actually move around and make plays because he's got the points in the Malefice already. Maybe he wants to just be more active around the map and be able to respond to the aggression that he knows that OG's going to do, right? You know how OG's going to play. You know Thompson is going to do well in the laning phase, and then he's just going to run around and try to set up kills all over the place. So being able to respond quickly, that looks like it's going to be the approach for GH.
And he's got relatively good cores to do it around, right? Yes. Other cores that offer in Weeha's case a good bit of damage. See down bottom, Miracle's case, that extra bit of slow and disable. Mid lane, Thompson, we get the balance up. We are trying to commit, there's the wraparound. Jarex comes in with the gank, tosses back. We are, as he tries to go in for that kill attempt, will not get away with it. OG able to easily turn it around with the 3 at the mid. See the wait for the 6-minute runes. OG, again, you see how much they've prioritized those power runes early on. Jarex is going to be the one that's able to grab a haste rune. Level 3, so has got the levels to try and make a bit of a play onto Kuro. Diving him underneath the tower. Kuro, he'll stand with the shackles. Another blast, but Jarex just has the combo damage, bringing him down. Sneak charges from Kuro. Actually keep him alive, and now the haste rune is worn out. And Miracle, he's in for the free kill.
He did not do the math. Kuroki did, though. Though, top.
Both carries getting a bit of action. Top lane, Ana and Notel able to set up for another kill for that safe lane. Ember getting him behind the tier 1 tower. He's Well, there's 3 points in the Sleight of Fist. Now with the 6th, the Remnants are as well. He hurt.
Yep.
It's a dangerous lane for Mind Control to return to.
And they really love playing this Grimstroke combo with these melee heroes that can quickly get on top of targets with that high-level ink swell. We'll probably still see an early level Phantom's Embrace, so I think that's another reason why they picked it versus the Tide.
Heading in GH.
So annoying, but Ana should be okay. He's got the Remnants like you were talking about.
GH not quite with the mana at all to offer a Black Hole follow-up. It's Jax.
Keep tabs with Weehaw, don't let him just really jungle. As I feel like every time we've seen Weehaw actually playing in the Eyes this Templar Assassin, he gets away with murder in the jungle. He just sits there farming it over and over again and doesn't get pressured. OG is not going to give him that option. 3 cores of OG are farming very well. As to be expected, you're playing versus an Enigma draft. That's kind of, if you're not doing well in the early game, you're not doing well in the laning phase, you're in a big amount of trouble. So they are quite ahead there. And Mind Control is starting to get punished quite a lot up top, as we saw from Ana, as well as Grimstroke of No Tail.
I love the scan from Liquid that does reveal that No Tail's hunting behind the tier 1. Heading over towards the direction of GH. Just going to look to get another ancient stack going. Didn't quite manage to make it happen there.
Oh, No Tail blocked it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he
sitting on just the edge of the square, No Tail.
Yep. As top though, Ana, he's just looking to keep pressuring onto Mind Control here, but Mind Control will be able to step away.
No Tail does want to try and go for this with Mind Control being as low as he is. Cannot close the gap with the ink swell. Oh, that's a beautiful Black Hole. G8 just casually stands in position. He didn't even have to move for it. As they're just both sat down, Ana's trying his best to get away with the Remnant now. He will be able to escape. As that nearly was a huge disaster for OG losing 2. They're lucky that Ana was able to get out of there.
They're lucky that Jarex was close enough to get an avalanche.
Yeah.
Otherwise, very likely to die.
He would have been dead. He really would have, but as it is, Ana lives. Only No Tail.
And when he comes back, he can full heal Jarex as well. So they can look to make an aggressive play up here.
I mean, they're immediately back over. Now they know they can be extra aggressive, right? There's no Black Hole.
Yeah. Very important that Ana survives there. But a great, GH so far in this game. As an Enigma who's jungling, able to put so much pressure on the map.
His positioning has always been where he would ideally be.
Yeah.
Where his team needs him to be standing, GH is there to ready to hold their hands.
He's got that Dominator build finished. So we will have that creep always running around, probably just stacking camps for the early game and then gonna start looking to set up kills. Because it is Antar Conqueror, so it is one of the better ones to actually set up for those ganks. They really want to sandwich on Kuroki.
Straight in, Kuro is going to have to charge the turn upon the Shackles. They're doing their best to keep Ana alive. Ink Swell buffs up, and there's the start connecting on a GH. They're ready to die for more. Thompson straight down behind the tower, jumping forward, looking for GH. Stuff for the Sentinel Conqueror with the helmet of the Dominator. He's keeping GH. Finally, falling as Thompson gets him. We have now time towards OG. They managed to take away 2. They'll continue to chase. They will lose No Tail, but Thompson's back over. Balance strike down. They'll surround the TA. We are surely will fall. No, they don't have detection. He's got the meld. He'll stay hidden. I'll go for Kuro instead. Miracle. Trying to chase for more. Another stun indeed from the Sentinel Conqueror. The Micro making it real, but Miracle still has to be careful. The Rage is finished and Ana's Flame Guard still persists as they'll chase into the trees. Thompson's got the lockdown. Boundless strikes out. Miracle will fall. OG.
The 3 core is just running around as a unit right now for OG, looking to kill everybody on Liquid. Look at the map right now.
I mean, they're thinking about going
Look at the lanes. The lanes are all open. They're just battling.
He's able to chop the tree down. Mind Control. Quick with the Lumberjack plays. Gonna see if he can try to Ravage. Does get the 3 of them. Seb's getting burst slower. Heals out in time. We are comes across. Headshot downstairs from Kuro. They'll get Thompson. Liquid. Can they punish OG even more for diving with this? The Ink-Swell. Sleight of Fist again. Mind Control. He's stunned up. The Flame Guard. The Sleight of Fist damage is too much for them this early on. Kuro puts off the ward. He's got the Shackles. He's holding him down. Hex is out as well. Kuro finishes off Ana all by his own. And we are get set as well. OG, all 5 out of the game as Liquid say, get out of our half of the map.
10 minutes in, and we have 10 heroes duking it out over the ancient area.
That's what we want to see.
There's farm in every lane. Bounty runes are spawning. I think every single game that we see, it's like, guys, bounty runes. Every team starts running over to bounty runes at those 5 minutes. Not this game. These teams are just bringing the battle to each other.
And I think that this is why these teams were so excited to face each other in the grand finals. You know that Kuro and No Tail, they wouldn't have it any other way than to meet face to face in the best of 5 grand finals.
I feel like we hear the teams talk about this a lot when they get to the later stages. They're like, I want to play versus this team. And they're like, why do you want to play versus this team? And it's like, because they like to just fight, and we like to fight, and that's what makes Dota fun.
OG's already eyeing up the chance to get back over.
It's constant. GH.
They're diving. Change to there. 7 notes over the back of GH. He is going to struggle to hold them off, but get a Midnight Pulse down with the Purification Burst from Sebs is enough to bring him low enough. No Tail getting the finishing blow. As OG, as soon as Liquid kill them all and get them back over to the base, they are straight back over, keeping the pressure on. We'll see here, fantastic turnaround from Liquid with that Ravage, and then of course that beautiful ending. Kuro able to get that kill on Ana, all on his own.
And all little things too, right? That fruit, even the Dark Troll Summoner that GH controls, and he gets the net onto the Omni Knight, he can't actually get into Heavenly Grace and protect targets. So
GH,
every little thing matters.
This Helmet Dominator, I don't think I've seen anyone use it as well as GH has been able to in these first 12 minutes.
Yeah.
The micro has been absolutely on point. We're 9-9, less than a 1K difference at just under 13 minutes in between OG and Liquid in this game too.
You can feel the way that OG's playing is that they want to punish the greed. Liquid went for greed. They've got Midas on the life stealer. They have an Enigma in their trap. OG wants to just keep this battle running at them, which is very OG-like. They just want to fight.
Just gonna have vision with the rest of this ward, and Thompson set up perfect from the trees. Wukong's command down. Boundless strike already used. It doesn't matter. He's able to jump forward, look to chase Miracle. Miracle does get the jukes off. Now it's the movement speed with a phase boost. He'll get himself out across the trees. They'll still try and chase. Thompson, Boundless still unavailable for 6 seconds, so Miracle will actually be able to escape. GH, he comes forward. He starts to have a bit of a hope. Stuns out, but Ana, he's in with a wraparound. Change around. Boundless strike back up. Slam down onto the Enigma. GH is gone. They're diving up towards tier 3's OG. They're in the base. They get mind control as well. There's still every single tower up in the mid lane. But OG, they're taking the fight to the base.
Dude, look at this. Look at this. All the lanes are open. All they want to do is battle. Weeha's well gonna get caught out. This is ridiculous. And now they're gonna say, okay, now they're prioritizing. Like, all right, now we've sandwiched up to a tower. Now we can go for this one.
Hey, does anyone else want to take a tower? Yeah, go on then, Seb. Yeah, let's go on then. We'll take some of these objectives. We can hold back on the killing for a little bit. 13-9, OG able to break a little bit ahead there with that play.
I don't think I've ever seen something like this in a game, though. Where
and in a grand finals of TI.
Exactly. They're literally just ignoring lanes. They're open for heroes to farm. But who cares about farm? Look at this. The 3 cores of OG, they see Lifesteal on the map. All 3 of them immediately run to bottom. They're like, get him.
It shows.
He has to hide.
They want to collapse. Rage and a TP will do it. Nowhere to hold him down. Miracle's out of the neighborhood.
And they'll set up for this tower now.
That's how, I guess there's no kills to be had around here. We've got to take the tower. So
yeah,
Ana will reluctantly take it.
But they're going to battle top. They see mind control for a second.
All right, here we go.
A kill has been spotted.
Let's have a look. Ravage is available as well as the black hole as GH gets over. Toss back underneath the tower. Mind control starts with the anchor smash. Thompson, he's already got the Jingu built up. Avalanche control and mind control causing issues. He needs the rest of his team to get it. They're not going to come. Mind control's going to be left for dead.
My God, just relentless. Just relentless running at them. They're really trying to punish the greed. I think that's the biggest thing to point out here is that OG, they do not want to give any type of low period. When you look at Liquid's draft, it's a slow-paced draft that's based off of cooldowns. They don't want Weeha to be able to get away with murder like we were talking about earlier about going to the jungle and just farming. No mercy. As another tower, they'll find this one here because they're in this lane looking for kills. So another tier 1, but it gets denied.
Good play there for Nota. Gets the silence out before Rage is available. Stopping Miracle from being able to commit through the stun.
Phantom's Embrace could catch a lot of things off guard here on the Liquid's draft. Like we mentioned, versus the Tidehunter especially too. That Kraken Shell can be very annoying to play against if you're versus Phantom's Embrace. Just constantly applying that silence on yourself.
I need that Dessa done on Weeha. Yeah. Then you know, it becomes a little scarier to keep this aggression up. And until that point, OG, they're going to move forward. But GH from the tree line, Black Hole's down as well as the Serpent Woods. Serpent will be able to offload the GA, but Mind controls Ravage, caps the 2 of them. They've got the lockdown, Shackles around, Thompson surrounded. He'll turn with a Boundless Strike, but the 4 of them will kill him off. Ana's going to jump in. They want to try and make sure they can find the trades. Who can they get? Inkswell starting to connect on the Mind control. They're on top of them, burning them down with the Flame Guard. But Liquid, they're holding themselves close to the wards, saying, you can come, OG. But OG, they won't fall for that trap. They won't force the fight any further. They've lost Thompson.
That was 3 ultis for Thompson, though. That's Black Hole.
I mean, it is Thompson.
Serpent Wards.
It's quite a high-value play.
That's very true. But the location where they get it right, you can tell that OG, they're the ones dictating the pace, forcing reaction after reaction after reaction by Liquid. Forcing them to use literally triple ultimates to kill their mid laner because they have that Omni behind him.
Now we're doing Deso for Weehaw, 100 gold away.
He's getting the space. His team is trying to fight back, giving Weehaw some time to get that item that he really needs in this game.
For Miracle, needs that armlet done after the Midas. Then you have two cores that you really have to be careful about diving upon as OG.
Mind control, he's been spotted. They want him.
Found him alone. As again, Thompson and Jerax able to find these quick and easy pickoffs. Kuro's going for the TP out. Anna has not got any disable backup to hold him down. So Kuro will escape. But Thompson, as soon as he's taken out of the game on the top lane, he is straight back in and he's killing people already.
Yep. It's non-stop, and they even smoke. Look at this. He kills bottom, the line is drawn.
They just want to go, go, go. This is a beautiful pace that OG's bringing out here in game 2. They have the 3K lead. They'll know that they're around.
Take out the Ops Ward as well. Thompson will kill it.
But there aren't those big ults, as you mentioned, straight in towards the tier 2 tower. Anna has no fear as he collapses immediately on top of the game. Weehaw surrounded. The control that No-Tail offers is too much for Weehaw to withstand at the moment. Jump forward, over towards Kuro. Anna just loving the pace that he can play with Thompson by his side, running down hero after hero as OG just keep the kills coming.
They're just moving too fast. The pace that they're setting is just too quick for Liquid to respond right now. Mind Control is being, look at Mind Control's net worth. I don't think I've seen that almost ever. He is bottom 3 net worth and
bottom 3, bottom of the sea.
166.
He's got to try and get himself up to some shallower waters. As he's got a big recovery to do. Sure, we've seen he can still make very impactful plays with the Ravage alone at the moment.
That's too fast of a pace though still. OG, if they have anyone, like, if they have their cores together, which they've pretty much been doing all the time, it's so hard to bring them down. We see how hard Heavenly Grace counters all of these disables that do come out.
A Miracle will be able to get away with this play every time. Raise CP, nothing to stop it.
Liquid's trying to find any type of place to farm in very unexpected places. Look at where Mind Control is right now, and look at where GH is.
Oh.
This is them just being like, OG seems to just know where we are on our side. Let's take the farm from their side.
That's the thing, right? They know that OG is it's just looking for fights. Look at it. Yep. They're fighting up towards tier 3s. This is literally where OG doesn't want to be. They don't want to be on their half of the map. That's defensive, slow, and boring. So that does give this space. And Liquid's starting to make a bit of use of it. OG into the pit is spotted out by the Weehaw trap.
Yep.
Can they do anything with it? They've got Black Hole and they've got the Ravage.
Yep, they've got their ultis available. OG, they have their Guardian Angel as well, but Seb is relatively low on mana. They stop the Rosh and they're like, oh, heroes have been spotted. Go for the fight. Miracle is in the mid lane.
They're going to go for jump on Miracle. Instant rage and a back off. Still, they managed to sandwich them. If Liquid can get the Tide and the Enigma in, they could go for a good fight from the low ground. Kuro,
Miracle
disabled. He traps up No-Tail in the circle wars. Miracle's the focus. Miracle.
The execution of these fights is absurd right now.
It doesn't get any better than this from OG.
It's 31 kills at the 21-minute mark. They're just, sorry, at the 20-minute mark. They're running around, bounty rune spawn. They just kind of fake that Rosh a little bit. They know. They're like, oh, there's a TA trap in here. They have to know that they're versing a TA, and they have to know there's traps in there. And then they just bring the fight. As soon as Liquid shows a member, they don't care. They get the boundless strike when it looks like Mind Control's trying to get a perfect Ravage, and then he gets silenced, and from there, the fight gets so hard.
He knows exactly. A bug on Mind Control, bam. Yep. They cannot do anything. You saw GH moving as well. If Mind Control gets that Ravage off, GH's able to get in with a Black Hole. Maybe they limit the casualties. Maybe they're able to at least bring someone down with them from OG, but it's not the case. OG using every spell in the right order and on the right target.
Yep, and they're itemizing really well now too. We see Seb, he went for the Medallion early on into a Vlad's. And what are we looking at on the side of Liquid? It's pretty much, I mean, they have magical damage too, but the Templar Assassin is really the one that's going to be dealing all that damage on their lineup. And he's going to have a much harder time versus a Solar and Vlad's on being thrown on the target that he's focusing.
And again, sort of the chaos of these fights, you know, sure, it's sort of been a group effort, but look how well they're able to prioritize their main man, Anna. He's only died the once in all of these engagements. He's 7, 1, and 11. So despite the fact that sometimes you'll see Thompson fall, they're throwing bodies in, they're getting so much done that Anna is able to benefit off.
And it's not like Thompson's not farmed. He's actually ahead of Anna in the farm here. He has a Radiance with the Echo Saber already finished.
Excuse me?
Versus a TA. This is a Radiance versus TA so early on. This evasion,
21 minutes in.
Of the Radiance onto that refraction as well, it's going to prove to be super problematic. And even versus Blink Daggers, that's the other thing that we know that Thompson, why he really likes Radiance, is when you throw down your Wukong's command, all of your individual monkeys get the Radiance applied in that AoE. So getting Blink Daggers and blinking and ravaging and causing chaos is near impossible.
You cannot escape it. You
No,
need
you
the
cannot.
BKB and Blinks if you want to try and make the jump, and even then, you're still going to be slowed down in the way that you had to commit with them.
Yeah.
As Roshan, OG's in the pit, no chance of Liquid heading over. As Anna will claim the Aegis. And with 3K gold towards the next item.
Mind control, hide. They saw him for a second.
He's got a TP.
Uh-oh.
They've obviously got ways to cancel it, OG. I don't think.
Oh, he's framed him already.
Joe's getting out of this one. He shows himself. They get a glimpse of him. And it's just more and more gold and glory for OG. 22 and 10, 22 minutes in. This is the OG you expect to see after they go down a game in game one. They are relentless with the pressure that they're applying.
No mercy. You pick a greedy draft versus them, you know that this is the way that they're going to play. Just running around looking for non-stop plays, especially when they have Thompson on Monkey King and Ana on Ember. These are just incredibly fast-paced.
Miracles. It's been found again. They get the combo in. He's not able to get the rage off. The Phantom Embrace from Notel, along with that combo, leaves no chance for Miracle to get out of there. And now they can start looking for some towers. It's got to that point again when OG said, all right, we've done enough killing. Let's get some more objectives. Tier 2 tower in the middle lane will be taken. Weehard doing his best. They keep that top lane pushed out. Has the blink of the Deso, so can try for these plays. Bottom lane, GH and mind control. They're eyeing up Thompson.
But he's got Seb, and then, oh look, Heavenly Grace, 2,500 health Monkey King walking around. No fear in the world at all as Weehard.
I mean, Blink's
already there.
He's in position. That's going to allow Thompson to close the gap. And we are.
There's a Radiance.
They do not have detection, but he is slowly burning.
They've got another toss as well.
Oh. This is, burnt to pieces.
This is
burnt
this
to
snowball
smithereens.
is out of control by OG right now.
That's a painful way to go. As OG, you can feel the magic that they're bringing right now. This is what has brought them to this point of the tournament. This is why they are your defending champions. If they turn it up, if they hit this right sort of pattern of plays.
And look at this mind control. He wants something.
It just
anything.
Stop. OG are making this game 2 hurt for Liquid. This is painful right now.
This is just the beautiful. Look at the damage coming out from the cores.
To have that much damage just to hero them at 24 minutes in, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Just keeping all the aggressive moves, like you said. Liquid, they were trying to even move the Tidehunter out onto the OG side of the map, but OG's like, no, we're gonna keep all the aggression onto Liquid side. Don't let them get any breathing room in this game. Put down deep aggressive wards, and just keep running at them. Don't let Miracle get this Radiance online. He's almost got it though. That's the one thing. Miracle has his phase, has the Midas, has the Armlet, and will soon have that Rad. But the rest of his teammates are so far behind. And a TA, when you're playing from behind like this, is incredibly difficult when you're versus these natural targets.
He cannot show his face in the fights, Weehart.
And remember, when they open with TA, you're setting yourself up to this. OG, they like triple down to make sure they have things to do with him. Omni Knight is an incredibly good hero versus TA at all stages of the game. Jarex, he's already prepared bottom, waiting for the next kill to set up. They already got TPs coming.
In come the TPs. Jarex, he's in with the setup. They'll still get the blink off. Did have enough charges left on the refraction to get it out, and he's going for the TP away. They will not catch him. So this time Weehart will get himself away from this terrifying squad from OG that is just moving from lane to lane. You cannot show your face without the expectation of 3 heroes immediately collapsing on you. Ana. Got the vision here, as they'll get in with the setup. Kuro tries his luck, tries to get out, doing the warning for the team. Jarex has also found mind control. Anna's still diving in towards the base as Weehart.
He cut Thompson's tree.
Weehart tries to turn with the meld here. Thompson's there with the boundless strike. Weehart is just dying inside the base.
This mobility is It's just absurd. Ember's Burn, Monkey King, they're everywhere. You cannot set up anywhere on the map. They just get across the map too quickly.
I feel like we're just saying that you cannot let OG have these two cores together. They just play off each other so perfectly. The timings that these heroes hit, they're just on top of you at the same point of the game, and it just doesn't slow down.
Yeah. Bit of a timing window here for the... Oh my god, Miracle. Dropping solo. They've got Blink Dagger on the Tide Hunter now. But Jarex actually, I believe, countered. Yeah, I think he counted his TP. Up top, Mind Control can't get back to base.
He cannot.
Chased around. And now Thompson's cutting off the escape route as well already.
There's no Tide for the defense. As he can run, he could deal with the creep wave, but he's not going to be able to head back and help out if a fight does kick off in the middle. As they'll find him, they'll chase him. Monster kill for Thompson. It's...
My god.
It's incredible to see how hard OG is punching back after that game 1 loss.
They're really just giving no room to Liquid at all. No room in the map, just constant mobility, constant running around, constant fighting. And Miracle, like we said, he's kind of farmed. They have the BKB on the Enigma as well with that Blink on the Tide Hunter. But OG, they have a 15,000 gold lead, a 20,000 experience lead, and they have given, what? I think they've only given OG 1 or 2 towers in the last 10 minutes and no kills.
It's a full Scardy on Thompson. At 20 minutes in. This game, I think it is entirely on GH and Mind Control to make some incredible 5-man play. That's the only way right now.
That is really how it feels. And they have the BKB Black Hole, which is not counterable from OG, at least with the stun. But OG tanky.
Yeah.
And getting into them as well, right? If they have the Wukongs down, laid down, he's gonna die if he gets that Black Hole off.
He will.
And now also, they've got a better way to heal each other and help each other. There's an Aghanims on Seb. So that Guardian Angel is gonna provide that massive amount of HP regen as well as that protection from wherever he's gonna be to pop it off. I don't think they're gonna have the damage to do with OG at all.
Miracle trying to push into Thompson, but with the items that Thompson has and the burst that he does, Soulbind's out. They're going to try and jump forward. The Wukong's come on. It's now Mind Control off the Ravage. The GH's already out. They've got the Black Hole. GH falls those. He's stuck inside the Wukong. 3 dead on Liquid. OG just beating them down one by one. The buybacks will come out from both Kuro and Miracle. But both GH and Mind Control are gone without their ultimates and without buybacks. The game continues to worsen for Liquid as OG past the racks on top of Miracle, tossing him back into the Boundless. Triple kill for Thompson.
Wow.
As OG, this entire game has been a highlight reel for them. He gets something. It's a lot of money, of course, Anna. So that's a little bit of glory for Liquid.
Oh, Jarex, it will go down, maybe. No, the heal, they give the Rampage to Thompson.
Extra bit of salt in the wounds there. As they're holding on.
They're going to give them respect, though. They're going to back up.
Well, I feel like OG doesn't mind. They're enjoying this. They're loving this. They don't want this to end. They want to keep playing. They've got such a lead on all 3 cores that you know right now in the booth, OG are really enjoying themselves right now.
Oh, especially Thompson. 16, 3, and 14. Part of 30 of the 35 kills on this Monkey King. That is insane in this type of game on the finals of TI.
Blade on Jarex. Everybody's getting their items on OG.
Yep. Some luxury ones, of course, but just not letting Liquid get anything. They have a Templar Assassin who is at 11,000 net worth at 30 minutes. You don't hear that very often. Usually when you hear a TA at 30 minutes, he's going to be peaking at the 18, 15,000, 17,000 gold marks, maybe even higher than that. OG just not allowing Liquid to play with this draft at all. They're sandwiching and closing the map off even more, picking up those more luxury items and Aghanims now, of course, for Ana too, so he can just be even more mobile. And there's no Black Hole for 60. Ravage is up at 30. OG, let's walk up to this high ground. And another Aghanims, of course, too, for Thompson. Liquid can't fight it. They are just far too strong on OG right now.
Their only hope is with the Black Hole and a Ravage, and we saw even last time, it was exactly as you said it would. If Wukong's command is down, BKB Black Hole is not going to last long enough, and even if it did, they just do not have the damage right now to kill these heroes.
They're too tanky, and like I said, to a Seb, right? Seb in the back line just here to heal everybody with that Guardian Angel.
It's already Trying to pull the wave away from mid, but they're chasing.
That's all we are. He
And
doesn't have
it's on top.
BKB.
Jarex is over. There's the E-Blade combo coming out. A GH to celebrate as the fight continues down bottom, making sure that No Doubt doesn't go down. The two of them soul-bound together. Anna's in with a change. Boundless strikes down on a Miracle. Miracle cannot get out of this one alive. He's dead without buyback. Mind control as well. The chase never ends from OG.
You have to imagine they tap out of this one pretty soon as OG, 31,000 gold lead. So many different items picked up. They're cleaning up the last racks. A Daggett even picked up with No Tail.
He's popped the BKB. He's going to go with the black hole on the two of them. Does hit the pulse down. In fact, gets Anna as well with the wraparound. But they just don't take any damage at all. GG is called. The suffering will finally come to an end for Liquid in this game too. As OG take the victory 1-1 now in this best of 5 grand finals. And Liquid, well, they've got to be feeling pretty shaken up after that game. OG coming into this game too, showing why they are the defending champions from last year. This is one of the most dominant games we've had in a grand finals. Nothing at all went Liquid's way in that match.
It's crazy how much Thompson and Anna were able to do. Even Seb too, right? He was running around. We saw the 3 cores from OG, literally just running around from lane to lane to lane, killing anybody that showed their face on Liquid. Mind Control ended this game 1-12-6. They didn't ever let him even try to recover in this one. They didn't let Weeha recover at all either. They just did not let anybody on the side of Liquid even get to play the game of Dota 2.
What a game. What a game too. And ladies and gentlemen, as I say, with that, the series now tied 1-1. Liquid, they've got to do some serious revising to come into game 3 with something totally different, as this game 2, they got dismantled.
They got dismantled for sure. Thank you, Odie Pixel and Fogged. And I'm sure that Tsunami, Pilot Eye, and Febby can tell us a little bit about why Liquid was slaughtered like that.
Yeah, you can call me Envy because I had to kick Gunner. But Pi, I wanted to ask you, you had questions about the TA versus Ember matchup. You were skeptical, like, is this really a first phase caliber pick? And it seems like OG are proving that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even end up laning against each other. Like, it seems like there is a lot of picks that can go mid against TA now. And then, like, you know, they push the tempo, right? Like, the TA wants to go farm, and they chase her. Or they kill all the other lanes. Like, you can call it mid, like, mid is leaking. Because, like, that guy you just lane against, he's just killing everyone on the map.
Wait, what was the phrase?
It's leaking.
Leaking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Spilling over.
And then even like the combat is spilling over. Febby, it doesn't seem like, am I crazy, or are we just seeing like a lot more team, but you're kind of shrinking there, Pi?
Yeah, I'm feeling
I'll join you down there. It seems like there's a lot more combat than usual going on at this TI. Am I crazy, or are we seeing like a ton of team fights?
Yeah, so I mentioned how in the meta shifts like twice in TI. It especially shifts in grand finals, especially. If you compare group stage and main stage games, in main stage you will notice there's a lot more team fight. It's because teams don't want to lose anyone. Like, they want to play more like a team, less efficient.